Brian, you're throwing a lot down here.
Wow, it's almost like I have to put a timer on these things because otherwise they'll take forever.
If you just gave us the answer or had the Scooby Doo villain lay some traps for us to fall into, I'm sure we definitely would have solved it by now. But Brian, I'm getting a real lack of Scooby Doo villainy here. My Scooby
Uh,
Doo meter is at
listen,
like a 0.
listen. All right, I never intended this to be Scooby Dooey. This was
All
not the
right.
Scooby Dooey part. All right, the Scooby Doo part happened a long time ago, and it might have been with the Oni, but it's too late for that now.
Why can't I get the Scooby Doo adventure and you guys get the Sherlock Holmes case?
Because if I go and went and gave them the Sherlock Holmes case, they would have pointed to the first person they saw and been like, "They're it. All right, we're done here. Let's go."
That doesn't sound like the party. The party I know would never do something as low and underhanded as accuse the very first person with circumstantial evidence.
You're right. We wouldn't accuse shot them.
That's right. They wouldn't have even gotten the evidence.
That's pretty fair.
Well, let's be honest. Me and Texas Red don't give a shit. Damien, on the other hand, though, does when we first started. So that's why.
Yeah, look how you've broken Damien.
When we first started, Damien cared.
I was gonna say he still cares. He just doesn't show it anymore.
You've seen some shit, Damien.
Yeah.
I wonder whose fault that is.
Damien just walks around with a permanent 1,000-yard stare.
Mhm.
What's
Like,
the most devastating thing Damien's experienced in this campaign so far?
You mean other than dying multiple times?
Other than dying.
Yeah, what was worse? The children being killed, they're opening up that box to seeing a broken and battered paladin.
Well, I mean, like, there was also the fact that he had to relive his child dying in his arms. That was a good one. What was it?
Did I torture Damien?
Yes.
Remember when we first
I
started?
had to
Every day?
die twice by Nyla whipping me to death, and with her -2 modifier, it took a couple of hours, if I recall correctly. And that was saving Torun doing that.
It wasn't a couple of hours, just you. It was just a couple of hours for the whole whipping thing, if I remember correctly.
Oh, gotcha.
Eventually, just you bleed to death as opposed to Nyla actually doing damage to you.
Oh,
Death by 1,000 paper cuts, you know.
Basically. So that was pretty bad. I
So
feel like
which
I'm
of those
missing a
was
few
the worst?
things, but
Yeah, but if it's not in the list, it's clearly wasn't traumatizing enough.
You have to relive all those memories, like 3 of them. Or you got a good one out of that, I think, right?
I got 2 good ones, but I had to relive, Oh, yeah, so all of those things technically happened twice, because I had to relive multiples of those. So that was great. Yeah. Damien's had a rough life.
Don't you
Or
mean
afterlife, I should say, yeah.
There we go.
All right, so last session you found out that the head of palace security, Sereth, was in possession of the mirror. And some of you were like, this was clearly something fishy going on. And others were like, ah, yes, clearly he did it. So,
Good enough.
it's up to you guys to figure out what you want to do. By the way, I'm keeping that timer that I set, so you have 2 in-game hours to figure out who did
Into
it.
the office.
And coincidentally, it might coincide with 2 IRL hours. So,
What? Can we go into initiative real quick? I feel like we'll accomplish more things.
But we have the notes from last session saying we were going into the office. He had you write them down specifically so we didn't have to question what we were doing to start.
I don't remember that happening.
So, because I'll be kind, I'll give you 2.5 hours.
Ah, nice.
Alright,
gang.
office.
We're gonna go into Exodus.
Executor.
Excelsior.
Eggplant Pokemon.
Oh.
In command's office.
But yes, you were going to the second in command's office, Ekazor. All right, you find you walk back into the office that you had just come out of. Nyla is not there, and I don't think Damien.
Damien's with me.
Damien is Damien
I
is.
thought
with Nyla.
I invited Damien in because I wanted to get his insight on certain things.
All right, Melissa, I'll let you be in either place.
Can she be in both
What?
places until we check?
You can either be with Nyla and make sure Nyla's not causing trouble, or you can be with the rest of the party. We have a bit of a Schrodinger's cat situation because nobody can remember where you are.
Well, I think because I was with Nyla, but then as soon as like when the thing was found, I went out and hung out with Nyla. But then after Volk talked to the dude or talked to the group or something like that, he came out and got me. So me and Volk are heading back in to search with the rest of the group.
All right, good enough. Nyla, message me privately if you want to do anything while the rest of the party is doing things while you are unattended by actual chaperones. In the meantime, you can just sit around and listen in because I assume
it's a lot easier.
It's just going to prevent you from needing to be caught up on things, and so you don't feel. All right, I'm going to need you to secretly roll me a stealth check and proceed on with what you're doing. In the meantime, everybody, you are now exploring this office.
Yay!
Can I look for things that would be suspicious?
There are a lot of weird-looking things in here, just kind of like what was probably in Siret's office. Actually, some of you have been in Siret's office, so there's a weird-looking mask. Looks kind of intimidating. There's some papers that are stacked on top of each other with writing in Infernal. There is a pristine-looking desk, and by pristine, it looks like it's been well taken care of, strangely enough. Although it could just be the fact that Sireth's desk was upside down when you went into the room. So maybe that's why you're like, huh, this is kind of weird.
Damien, can you check the desks for hidden compartments?
All right.
Okay.
Anyone's assisting Damien, then Damien gets advantage. Otherwise, Damien just roll me investigation.
I can assist. Oh, no, I can't. Never mind.
I will.
Well, yeah. Okay.
By the way, Nyla just fades out of existence again.
As usual.
Did she just not come back?
Pew. No, because she's not allowed into the palace.
Yeah, I know, like, fade out of existence and never
gotcha.
come back.
Nyla becomes the universe.
Nyla sneezes.
The end. The world ends. All right. With a 15 investigation, you discover that there is indeed a secret compartment in the desk.
Always got secret compartments.
Holy shit.
And as you open the secret compartment, you see that it has several contracts in it.
Ooh.
Can I read them?
I was gonna say
may.
I'll probably like just
are
flip
you
through them
are you
and then just give them to Texas Red because I really don't care about that stuff.
do you want to read them actually, or do you want to just get the gist of what they are?
Gist of what they are and who they apply to.
All right. It does not seem to ring any bells as to the identities of the contractees, except for one, which seems to actually be Ekazor's contract to here. It seems that when devils are under contract, they are treated as a client, and they get a copy of their own contract.
When did the is it like an official contract? Like he's not signed to the Duke of Thunder, right?
It seems to be like an official contract that he is signed to the Duke of Thunder.
And then the holdee gets one. So like we have our contract and Dragath has a copy too. Speaking of which, I'm now his part of the contract owner. That will not go over well. I'm going to take these contracts.
All right. Roll me a investigation with advantage, Texas Red.
Ooh,
Nice.
big
All
advantage.
right. As you rifle through the contracts, you manage to find 3 in which it seems that Ekazor did not properly identify itself in the contract, meaning that as the holder of the contract, you hold the contract. As in you are the devil in charge of the contract now.
We'll destroy the rest.
Oh my god, really?
Lucky today.
Give me a session to actually figure out what the contracts are about and whatnot.
What, Volk, are you against me getting people out of slavery?
Is it lawful?
It's a devil.
Lawful slavery?
I mean, sure, but they're also supposed to secure their contracts. Not very secure if the likes of us can get to them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, technically it's not against the rules to take another devil's contract and destroy him.
Normally,
I don't-
though, it's better written, so
Yeah.
you can't just do that. I mean, you could just. There's nothing in your contract that says you can't stop other people's contracts. It's just normally you wouldn't get ownership of a contract.
Before
just
we burn
building
them,
onto it.
there's nothing in there about a contract with Chungwei, right?
There does not seem to be one with involving Chungwei.
Okay. We're gonna close that secret compartment up.
All right.
Just
It slides closed with a click.
oh wait, no. Wait, you know what? We're gonna leave something in there.
All right. You pull the hidden latch open and it clicks back open again.
I'm finally going to get rid of Jane's head.
Oh my god.
And you pull out this old
Oh my
disgusting
God.
half-rotten face with where like the skull has a pair of snakes coming out of each where one snake is coming out of each eye. And this looks like it's been sitting around there for quite a while rotting. It smells terrible. And as you close it up, the smell permeates through the room still.
Ugh.
Okay. All right. What else is in this office? We're on a timetable here.
Thieves' tools.
That's a smell that I'm not gonna forget.
New experience.
Unfortunately.
There are no other secret compartments around the room.
As you investigate, there does not seem to be any secret compartments about the room.
Damn it.
Anything hidden in plain? I mean, is there a set of thieves' tools in here?
Is there a set of thieves' tools? You do not seem to find any with your investigation. However,
I
you
would like to
also
take
do
the
not
mask off the
strip
wall
search
and wear
the. All right, you take the mask off the wall and wear it.
Put
Roll
it
me a will
over
save.
my mask. Ah!
Roll me a will save.
Are they within 10 feet of Volk?
Yes.
I think I'm always
Plus
within
4.
10 feet of Volk. Fuck, why is 14 plus 4 is 18? Okay.
18. All right, you put the mask on.
Okay.
It falls off because you've got another mask on.
Okay. We can't be wasting time. Is there anything?
Can I feel the wall between the two offices to see if there's like a way to access the other office through that wall
Sure. Roll me another investigation check.
without advantage? I take it.
You can have somebody assist you. So
I
roll me with
can
advantage.
feel a wall.
All right, with the 12, as you feel the wall, you can feel that it seems to be solid. You don't see any cracks along it. There seems to be, at least with your investigation, no way for someone to move between the two rooms without having powers of being like a ghost or something.
The documents on the table, are they just like standard security documents?
You don't even need to roll anything for that to realize that they seem to be standard paperwork.
Okay.
What are the specifics around his contract that I took? Like as far as like how long he's actually supposed to be here and like anything that might be crucial.
Time limit seems to be indefinite. The anything in terms of information that you had not discovered already, not really. So you had already discovered that pretty much the devils are sent here because they're disgraced, and if they so prove themselves to be worthwhile again to the devils, they are called back. Well, unless if they don't, then they pretty much work here forever in order to attempt to prove themselves, or are disgraced further, in which case they are sent basically to die in the front lines of the army. I'm sorry, what?
His true devil name on here?
Is his true devil name on there? Indeed it is.
Ooh, that,
Ooh.
that's
Like,
bad for him.
good.
It seems that as per the contract, it has been written on this piece of parchment. If you so wish to use the true name, you have advantage on all charisma-based checks, and you may attempt to force them to do something as per the command spell.
And I can summon devil power.
And you can summon them specifically using your devil power if you could summon horned devils, which you currently cannot.
I thought I could do it if I know their name.
You'd still have to summon a devil that is lower rank than you.
Oh, okay. I thought it was if I knew their. Okay, I got it.
It's partially for balancing reasons and partially because a devil is not going to answer the summons from a lower devil.
Damn.
Either way, it's do I know what happens if you lose your contract? Like, because I know we talked about like if you get both and destroy them, it's void. But like, I don't think we ever discussed like what happens if we were to lose our contract copy.
If one copy of the contract is destroyed, it is still valid.
Yeah.
All parties must abide by it still. So if the devil said that they were going to do something in return for a soul, that means that they have to still do the thing in return for the soul. So basically destroying one copy of a contract does nothing as long as the other contract remains. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that means that because you have taken control of these contracts, you are also, as the contract holder, you still have to abide by whatever they say and fulfill it if they're not fulfilled already.
I was just wondering in terms of penalty, for not having our contract, or in his case, his contract, how that works with the contract holder, or if there is no.
So yeah, you basically have to fulfill these contracts,
That's fine.
but you also get the rewards for them.
Okay. Okay. Well, we do have one ace in the hole. I could always just utter his name and then force him to tell the truth.
Are you sharing his name with the rest of us?
No.
All right.
Some devil contracting stay with the devils.
But what if it really helps us out? All right. Anyway, so there's. Is there like a suspicious plant in the corner?
Or a painting.
Well, there's this
Ooh,
mask that I
yeah.
tried putting on over my mask, but it didn't really work. And I'll just look over to Maximilian, who's like donked out in the corner or something like that. You should look at this whenever you come to.
Yeah, there's a bonsai tree on the desk, and it does not seem to be well cared for. In terms of paintings, no, there aren't any paintings.
Do any there are no paintings in the hallway that eyes follow us?
Unfortunately, no. It seems
Damn.
that the power of the Duke prevents Scooby-Doo mysteries from just randomly occurring.
Damn it.
So
I don't
based on this office, we have found nothing of use.
Correct. I don't want to say that was our last good lead. However,
No, I agree with you. Hey Brian, are there? Did we find any contracts in the head of security's office?
If there were any contracts, you didn't find them.
Okay.
all right, let's see here. The only other possible, we have two other names for devils we can go after, which is Marnar and Tanon.
Well, one thing we could go back to that office and look for contracts, because if Fenway sorry,
Jungwei.
Jung Wei, I mean, if he was coerced, it was probably under contract. Because why would you ever work with a devil without getting something in writing?
Yes. Also, I would like to get the Hellhound in here to see if we can find Chungwei's scent.
What that mask on the wall does?
No clue.
The arcane it.
Well, whenever Maximilian starts zoning back in, I will.
Listen,
Yeah,
alright, it's not my fault he got banished to the Shadow Realm. All right.
I'm pretty sure he's the one with the best knowledge of like arcane stuff, right?
Well,
You make him roll.
I have a +4. It's not bad.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead, but I think
I'll
that
check
if
it
he's
out.
got proficiency and pretty good
Oh,
at that stuff.
I'm basically the best. I'll take a look at the mask. 23 Arcana.
Hey.
All right. So, on a cursory glance, it seems to be of a draconic appearance, vaguely. It might have some kind of magical properties to it if worn, but it also might be cursed.
Cursed to turn you into a freaking dragon. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'd keep that mask. It might be cursed, but it might be super cool.
But we probably shouldn't do too much stealing here.
Right. That's a good point.
Well, I mean, if he goes to trial, then most of his stuff will be forfeit, wouldn't it?
No, well, I mean, he's not the
Well,
if he's convicted, yes,
Yeah,
but we
if
don't have
he's
anything.
convicted
Let's
for
not take
framing
it.
the other dude, then
Let's not take it.
I'll call dibs
If-
if he gets convicted. How about that?
Okay, we don't have any evidence of him being.
I just look around the room at all of the devils. I got dibs. I called it. And then I'll put
Let's
it back
get
on the wall.
let's get the Hellhound and let's do a check of Sareth's office.
Travis. Are there
All
books
right.
in this office or any place where you'd hide paper or like carved out stones?
Roll me an investigation.
Is somebody helping me?
Yeah,
Wow. Way to help.
I tried.
No, there does not seem to be any that hasn't been searched. And by hasn't been searched, I mean you forgot that this place has been like heavily searched.
Yeah.
There's papers on the ground. The desk was flipped over initially. Chairs are sideways. Books are on the floor. If there were any contracts in here, they would be hard to find, and they might have also have been confiscated.
Are there still like the police people here?
We can have them still here.
Can we ask if they found any contracts?
There was no contracts on them.
Where did he have his contract books on him?
If there were might have been stored in a different location. There were no contracts within the room.
Where do higher ranking devils typically keep their contracts while they're stored here? Is there a central vault or anything?
Well, contracts can either be kept on the person, or there's I hear that there's a vault in Batur where they can be stored. Otherwise, they might have a secret location on any number of the evil planes where they could be stored.
But there's no centralized vault for devils working here.
No. The Duke frowns upon contracts being gained here. particularly, but it's not against any of the rules as long as it's nothing illegal.
Okay.
All right. Has the Hellhound shown up yet?
Poof, Hellhound.
Whoa. All right.
Agnes.
All right.
Hey.
We need you to continue tracking Sheng Wei. Can you tell if his scent is here?
And the dog will sniff around and will bark and within the room of Sereth.
What
But
is it, boy? Did you find him? His scent's here? Sit down if it is.
The Hellhound kind of tracks a line from the door to the desk, and as the everyone looks at, and as the as some of the spymaster employees look, they say that's where we found the mirror in a bag.
Ah. Okay. So, are there any trees in Sureth's room?
There are no trees.
Well, he said that the dog went from the door to the
Yeah,
desk.
but I imagine that was just one half. I mean, he obviously had to get out of the room somehow.
Yes, so he probably went back to the door where he came from.
Yeah, but I had to ask if there were trees to know that for sure he didn't teleport. So now it can be ruled that he left. Does the Hellhound scent a trail leading out?
The Hellhound does sense a trail leading out, but the Hellhound has difficulties following it beyond the door.
Damn it. Okay.
How do we find the missing person? They're the key to everything.
Yeah, and I am aware. I'm thinking. I'll ask the spymaster associate. Where's the nearest grove of trees from here?
Yeah, it would be the garden out by the clock tower.
So once again, we've had another breach in palace security. There has to be somebody working with this person that keeps letting them in.
Are there any guards at the front door of the palace?
Are there any guards? At the front door. Yes, there are. There is a pair of ice devils.
Does anybody know if those are the same ice devils who were on guard when the thing got stolen?
Probably not.
Okay.
Who holds Ice Devil's contract? It's the Duke himself.
The contracts of the ice devils are under a different devil located in the barracks. But
We should check with him.
By the way, what's a high ranked devil? Is it an ice devil or is there a horn devil?
Ice ranked, I believe.
Actually, wait. I'm sorry. I just did a double check on my notes. No, sorry. It would be there's a team of humanoids, so half elves and humans who would have the Ice Devils contracts.
Okay. Do people think it'd be worth checking with the Ice Devil contract holder? See if one of them was corrupted? Perhaps allowed the people to go through?
The other option is, where would you hide a body here? Or would you just destroy it?
Well, my thought is that...
What kind of body?
A human body.
Why human body?
Because if he's dead, then we can at least backtrack from there. I mean, we have to find him. I mean, I think that's the best play, is to figure out.
I mean, we know he's alive based on like the past 10 minutes or half an hour or so.
You know, his scent is there, but it could have just been on the mirror itself.
Well, the Hellhound sensed a trail. I assume it.
Which just could have been from the mirror being carried in by the devil. He could have picked it up elsewhere if it was him.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, it'd be hard to walk in recently, and the mirror wasn't there before. It was only recently placed.
Yeah, but he's been sneaking around all over this place. It makes sense that he would be able to sneak in. He already snuck in once. Him sneaking in again wouldn't be too crazy. I'm thinking that whoever he was definitely ordered to steal the mirror, and I think he was ordered to put it back or plant it in Sureth's office once he was made aware. Once his like person ruling was made aware that he like it was too hot.
But the first time he got in was an engineered plan. Like there was an absence of guards. The second time, everybody's been on high alert. So unless he has a path that we don't even know about, because we're just kind of assuming he went in almost through the front, essentially, when the guards were not in the courtyard. After that, though, everything's been in high lockdown. So to get back in a second time, that's very unlikely, I would say.
So there has to be a secret way.
Or he gave it to somebody else and they carried it in.
Didn't the second in command mention that there were hidden tunnels underneath the palace?
Yeah, they did mention servant tunnels, I believe.
I'm thinking he must have used those because or
Yeah,
at least the
Well,
second time.
they were saying that if there are tunnels like those, they don't know about them. Both the second in command and the chief of security both said that they weren't trusted with any of that information.
we have to spy master and see if we can let the hellhound go loose in the tunnels. I mean, they should be less traffic, so the scent would be fresh if they were in there. And
Yeah, that would be our best idea.
Mr. Spy Master,
Mrs.
Yeah.
Mrs. Spy Master, assistant. Could you either direct us to the servant tunnels, or could you have one of your trusted advisors / employees take the hellhound to search for the scent in the servant tunnels for us? We're having a hard time picking up the scent in the main hallway, but it's understandable given the high traffic recently.
Yeah, we can. I can see if we can organize a team. I'm not sure if there's a passage that goes near here, but I can definitely check.
Anywhere that would have got once somebody's in the building, I'm assuming security isn't as strict, or before at least.
Yeah. Let me double check.
Watch this be a labyrinth. We're gonna get trapped.
Oh. Dude, I hope it, it's a labyrinth and I just get killed. So that way I'll never have to solve this mystery.
Real quick, are any of the devils that are keeping watch listening in on our conversation?
There are a large number of devils listening in on your conversation. There's the several horned devils that were sent to follow you around. There are a bunch of barbed devils in the interior moving about. There are several, let's say a half dozen imps. And then there's Torun.
Mm-hmm.
So any number of them could be listening in.
Tarun's never listening in. What are you talking about, Brian? He doesn't give a crap what we do.
Also, something that might help you understand. There are guards who patrol the area where the mirror was. They wouldn't need to be. There aren't really guards that guard this particular hallway because this is kind of where the head of security is.
Okay. What are all the paths that a person could take to get the head of security's office?
I mean, the first thing is that they would probably have to know where that is.
Is this information kept secret from the outside?
No, it's just that it's not particularly. There's aren't really maps of the interior.
I was gonna say, and how would a gardener, or he's not even a gardener. He was, Chengwei is a guy who
just
makes,
a runner.
Yeah, he makes runs to Sigil. How would he know where the head of security's office is?
That's why I'm saying he's being used. There's obviously somebody on the inside pulling the strings, and we need to find them and find some evidence connecting them to Chung Wei to this whole Mir fiasco. But we just don't know who. It's
So the
pretty.
evidence is Chung Wei because we do know him. We know he's involved. It could be
Yes, we know for sure that Chung Wei's involved, but we don't know if how he was, if he's doing
How
it willingly
coerced he
or if he-
was.
But he would
Yes.
probably be the best one to answer that if we're working on the assumption he's still in this world.
Yes,
Otherwise, there's too many devils to go through in 2 hours.
I absolutely agree.
All right,
However,
so I'm gonna halt this train of thought for a second. So I was planning on starting the timer as soon as Jake showed up. I've officially started the timer now. You have until 9 p.m. today. Fave solve this.
I think we should collectively look for him because he's the only known we have. Like, by the time we search down 3 other devils with the amount of interrogation we've already done,
yep.
best case it expands our pool to like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
know. I absolutely agree that we need to find Chung Wei. He's our linchpin suspect.
So I'd say we start with the tunnels. I mean, I think that's a decent shot right now. And we could
All
also
right,
kind
do
of
that.
like, because if we understand the tunnels, we can understand how somebody moved in between everything. And who's to say that the head of security or the second in command doesn't actually know about the tunnels? Like,
Right.
they don't officially know, but like, you know,
Right.
I'm sorry, but you won't be allowed in the tunnels.
that's okay.
But we've just organized a search team.
Can you bring the Hellhound with?
We have other hellhounds.
Yes, but this one
I
is
assume,
ours.
I assume you want a hellhound still to do your more searching if you. I mean, otherwise, if you don't need a hellhound anymore, we can take it. But
No. He's a precious part of our team.
Mm,
Your Hellhound has the scent that we're looking for. I think that's what we're at.
Yeah.
You can just use the mirror that you seized.
Well.
We could take
What
the Hellhound
could
over
it?
to where the mirror was originally stored and see if we pick up a scent there. We can have them sniff along the wall to see if we can discover any of the passages ourselves. Not saying go in them, but even if we find an entrance that's
Well, the problem is the Hellhound lost the scent once
might
we came out in the hallway.
he might pick it back up again. I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
is there a clothing item or anything that we can have just to keep the scent with us, Brian?
I thought we had a piece of his shirt or something from his house.
If we have that, that's fine then. I mean, he might lose it here, but he can always pick it up at a different point. So
I don't exactly remember what you were using, but we can say it's a piece of clothing.
cool. We have a socks, the best thing.
Yep, the
You
smelliest
have a
thing.
you have a single sock. You were unable to find its matching pair somehow.
God damn it! I hate when this happens. All right. Oh no. All right. So the spy masters are going to check the secret tunnels to see if they can get Chung Wei's scent, and I assume whenever that happens, we'll get information, or we'll.
Yeah. So the spy masters are sending a team through. They'll send a message to the assistant who's been partying around with you. If they find anything.
Let's go
Okay.
take a closer look at where the mirror was originally, I guess.
Yeah, it's either that or interrogate the other devils. Those are.
I investigate in here first. I mean, that can be our last ditch effort, but for all we know, they could all be in on it.
That would certainly explain some things.
To the mirror location.
Yep. We could also ask some of the devils on guard if there are any
Right.
orders passed down
Brian-
recently.
Guards like at the actual mirror, so we can ask them while we're there investigating.
Okay.
Bring us to the mirror, DM.
To the mirror. All right. Do you want to go where the mirror was located, or do you want to go where the mirror is currently located?
Where it was located.
All right. So you're gonna go to where the mirror was located.
So back to the
this-
first guy's office.
No, like originally before.
No, where the pedestal is, where it's
Oh, got it,
normally
got it.
stored.
We found the
you,
mirror.
you wander
Oh,
through
okay.
the passages until you find it's now much more heavily guarded, as they are, and there is a team of devils moving about, deconstructing some of the traps. It looks like they're changing up the entire layout of this hallway. As you move around, you find that it is quite precarious in some situations, what with certain pitfall traps and spiked things coming out of the walls at random intervals, considering that they're in the middle of being deconstructed and they're not exactly working the way they normally should. However, they're not in any kind of danger right now, as you can easily tell where they are, as they walls are somewhat deconstructed at the moment.
The hound smell anything?
The hound just smells the. Let's see. The hound seems to be following a trail. If you.
What?
But you don't require an intelligence check to realize that this seems to be the same. This takes a very similar trail to what you had traversed before. And eventually you will reach the pedestal room.
Smell any, like, are there any particular areas he's focused on in the pedestal room?
Besides the halting in front of the pedestal room, and then after a little bit moving inside, there doesn't seem to be any movement towards any of the walls in the pedestal room.
Halting
That's what
before
you're
he
looking at.
went inside, like he was confused about the scent, or can we go right back out to the immediate entrance, I guess?
Yes. It seems as if the scent moved about a bit by the entrance.
Okay, so why? It could either be he was having doubts, but it seems a little late to be having doubts after you got through all the traps versus, before you start the maze of traps. So why would you idle outside of the room?
Perhaps he was waiting for someone?
You'd be so exposed.
Well, if he already knew that the guard change wasn't happening.
Well, the guard change was outside. I think this one operates on a different schedule.
Is there a hidden door near the entrance?
You can roll me an investigation check.
Will assist somehow.
Advantage. Investigate.
Thank
Thank
God
you
I
for
have-
the assistance.
That's how
As
you
you
help.
run your hands along the walls, looking for any kind of irregularities or whatnot. You don't seem to find anything in that particular location, but you do detect, with the assistance of Max, who's just spontaneously appeared out of nowhere, faint traces of magic.
What kind?
You would have to use detect magic of some sort, but
Quick, cleric.
The cleric or shoe bag?
Utility cleric.
Some magic.
all right, as detect magic is cast, it seems that some kind of divine protection had been placed over here at one point.
Of which god?
I wonder which god it would have been.
How would
Oh, I
somebody
mean, that
divine
doesn't.
protection? Like, isn't
It,
that
it would have been the Duke.
So
Okay.
would it have been possible that there was some sort of like alarm trap or something like that, and he was idling outside of the door because he needed to get rid of it?
I would ask the head of security,
Or
but
waiting for whoever else to help him get rid of it.
that is a fair assumption. If he looks like he wandered back forth. That was a specific wording, right? It looked like he had. If I have this correctly, there was a trap placed near the doorway by the divine protection of the Duke. And it looks like he stopped before it and wandered back and forth.
Yes.
Okay.
Did we ever ask who maintains the trap configuration for this room?
Oh, by the way, Jacob, sorry, just so that you're in the loop, I basically set a timer for the party, so they have
Okay.
until 9 today in order to solve this.
Okay.
Do you know if who was assigned the traps? Yes. Okay. The spy master will think about it and say, yes, I think it's a combination of the palace, the palace security, and the Duke himself. The palace security really just was in charge of placement of the guards, though. Most of the traps were handed down from above.
Like, as in, like, placed by the Duke? Like, who?
No, I mean determined by the Duke and I guess his staff. Some of the bureaucrats.
Because my question is, so we just saw them taking apart, which is a considerable amount of traps. You would have to know them to get through it probably without being killed. Like that layout in particular.
Well, that or be good at detecting them, I guess. But that would be quite a feat, considering it's a combination of physical and magical.
Well, I mean, if this guy is a druid, then
Yeah.
I would assume that he would have the ability to avoid most of the physical stuff and possibly have the information to know about the magical stuff.
Who has the authority to disarm these traps?
Only the Duke can lay that declaration out, although physically it would be, I guess, let's see, if anyone who could actually remove them, though, would have to be, it would have to be an order from one of the bureaucrats as well. Very few have the authorization to remove traps.
Names?
Our palace, our traps, that would be the highest, some of the higher members.
We
But
would
I
have
can get
to
your name.
investigate them.
I can get you. Let's see. We've got Gu Huan, Lin Chang, and Du Lim.
All right.
What does the floor look like in like this entrance area and then in that room? Like, is there any signs of like a passage or loose stone or anything? I know we
Oh,
checked.
that was included with your investigation check. You
you
didn't seem to find anything resembling a hidden passage. At least within the doorway or the mirror room itself.
Okay. I think our next best lead now would be talking to these three people, and if we have, somebody who's a very good lie detector, if we press them on the subject of the mirror, perhaps one of them will startle and spook and give us some information. Does that sound like a good idea to everybody?
That would
Mm-hmm.
work pretty well.
All right. What do you want?
Let's talk to Du Lim first.
Talk to him all at the same time and throw him under a zone of truth.
I just don't like.
Time is running.
Time is ticking. Yes, I know.
Investigations tend to get very, very detailed and long.
Yeah. All right. Let's do that. Let's get all three of them together and investigate them all. I'll use my last zone of truth. and then hopefully we can get information we need out of it. Spymaster's assistant, do we have the authority to do this?
No, but I think because of the time, we can maybe get it waived afterwards.
That's all we need. How the hell do you spell bureaucrat? All right, every single one of them is going to get a different spelling. Rat and cat. Okay, let's get all three of them together, cast a zone of truth, and we can question them. Damien, I need you and Maximilian to be our lie detectors.
Oh, boy,
Our
boy.
extra lie detectors.
Yeah, it can. Okay. Yeah, they'll
So
be
you're
the zone
zoning
of
and
truth.
truthing them and using lie detectors?
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of a.
It's kind of. I don't
If
think
they're
that's
being
necessary.
dodgy, I want to know why.
I guess it
I-
doesn't take us anything,
And
so.
specifically in what area they're being dodgy.
Yes.
Alright. Should I just assist Maximilian then, and then he can make the rolls with advantage, or do you want us to roll
Yeah, that works.
individually? Okay.
That works. All right. You will basically ignore all the rules. Basically, be the loose cannon cops as you ignore the protests of devils and random passersby as you basically walk into the more secure areas of the palace, and you eventually come upon the room in which they are working.
Gu, Lin, and Du. We need you.
And as you call their names, you grab their attention, and they look up, and they're like, "Okay, who are you? Why are you ordering us?"
We're on behalf of the Duke of Thunder. We're investigating the theft of the mirror. We have some questions we'd like to ask you to help close up the case.
I have worked at this palace for over a century, and you think I'm involved? How dare you?
I think there may be some information that may help the Duke. If you are so loyal, then you should have no problem proving it.
And they look at each other and they sigh and they say, "Fine, but the Duke will hear of this."
I'm sure he will.
Yes, once our investigation is complete and you have helped us solve this mystery.
Very well. What do you wish to know?
Okay. First of all, standard procedure. I'm going to cast Zone of Truth. Just Paladin of Helm, by the way, law. And I will cast Zone of Truth on the three of them.
All right, you cast it
Please
on the
do not
ground, and
resist.
the small circle of light glows from below, and they will not resist.
Excellent. Okay. First preliminary question. Obviously, just a very simple one. Do you have any knowledge? Actually, all right.
Where
let's
were
start
you
with
at the
this one.
time of the theft?
Yes, let's go with that.
Let's see,
I
we
feel like
were-
that's probably the easiest.
We were at our respective houses, and we had been off shift.
All of them answered that?
Each of them said that?
Yes.
I mean, it makes sense.
Okay.
It's like, has anyone been asking about the storage or security requirements or requested any changes be made to security of the mirror in the past month or so?
Yes. As soon as the mirror had been found, security was ordered to go and change the.
Prior to the mirror being relocated.
No. Typically, no
Then-
one gets far enough in to actually have a need to change the traps.
There was a
Did
divine
Yep, go for it.
there was a divine protection spell at the end that we sensed had been triggered, it looked like. Do you know the details of what that actually does? It seems the thief idled outside of the mirror room for a little bit of time before entering, and given everything's being reconfigured, this information.
if it was a trap, it probably did nothing good. Let me, if you mind, I can leave. Can I leave the circle and go through the notes?
We will have one of the spy master associate will grab it for you. I'm sure you won't mind.
If he
Very
leaves
well.
the circle, he can grab his notes, look at them, and walk back into the circle.
But we don't want him to run if he's guilty.
If he runs, we'll do him.
Yeah, if he runs, I feel like that's not going to end well for him.
Looking at the particular individual, you would probably not have any difficulty with Damien outrunning them.
Also, I want to be sure. Let me double check on Zone of Truth. If they leave it, I don't know. I don't know
If they leave it, they can come back into it, and they would have to either make a save or let it happen.
Okay.
Each time somebody enters and leaves, they have to either make the save again or just accept it.
Okay. Yeah, then I guess we'll allow them.
All right. As you watch, they move over to one of the desk where they came from, grab a clipboard, and walk back inside and not resist the Zone of Truth. Yes. Let me see. I think it's a. I don't have this spell listed, so it's probably not a castable one by normal people, but it seems to. It's maybe a disintegration or something. I'm sorry. The notes from the Duke are not very clear here.
Among you, are you three and the Duke the only ones who would have authority to disarm that spell?
And disarm, only the Duke could disarm something like that.
So is this a protect spell, as in kills whoever steps into it, or like that would be a great detail because that would imply multiple thieves, and one of them we won't find because they disintegrated.
Well, if they disintegrated, they should still be a
Well,
pile of ash. And I assume if they
the
triggered the spell,
the spell was found to be dispelled.
yes, they had some way of getting rid of it. And only the Duke himself could dispel.
Has the authorization of disarming that. In
Has
terms
the
of
authorization,
anybody
but not
else,
the only ability.
correct. Although it would still not be an easy feat for one who wasn't the Duke.
Okay.
I know any way like that would be possible in a magic sense.
Sure, roll me Arcana.
Have you only known magic for a week yet now?
I'm thinking like a 9th level dispel would probably do it.
Like give him a scroll though, or something. Because I mean, I know he's a druid, but
Yeah, but they would have a lot of difficulty using the scroll.
is that I didn't know that's how scrolls work.
I mean, technically, you could just cast regular dispel magic and get lucky.
True.
But it would probably it wouldn't be an uncommon casting of dispel magic. Just have to be a higher level for a higher chance.
And for an instant success, it must have been almost god level.
Well, if he was wandering around for a while, he might have just had multiple scrolls and cast it multiple times, or at least attempted to cast it multiple times.
Yep. But I don't think the scroll thing is. I don't know.
It's not likely.
But
it could have happened, but it's not likely.
You would need to go past, and you need to roll your arcane spell chance failure for scrolls, I believe. Because remember when I cast the planar gate spell, that there was a chance for it to fail on me. So, yeah, I think he must have gotten. He must have had access to a god's level strength, but what god could sneak in here and cause this trouble?
Well, it could have been an Aethar thing too.
Yeah, that's what I'm also thinking. It was But who's like the leader of the Aethar?
There's
I
Nyla.
don't think they'd show up for this.
What if Nyla is actually part of this? Like,
Yeah, I know.
ordered
They'd be like, it would make sense why it came out of left field that she suggested Sareth.
that she's not with us at all.
Yeah,
Own stuff.
the only yeah, she could be talking with Chung Wei. I don't know.
I'm still in the courtyard.
Yep.
Yeah, sure, we believe you.
Did we see Nyla as we left? Because I think we've exited.
You have not checked on Nyla.
Yeah,
Nyla
we're still in the
is still
palace.
without any Nyla is still without any adult supervision.
All right, let's continue asking questions. Do any of you know Chung Wei?
Who?
Just a simple yes or no.
No.
Okay.
All of them say no. Sweet.
All right. And the people who they would need to have a god's level. All right, well, I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah. This is complicated things.
Yeah, this is a god level plot.
Well, would the disintegration only work on people, or would it work on objects as well? Because if he had his portable hole and just threw it into the room, and the tree was in the portable hole.
I feel like a god's level disintegration spell.
So just so that you can think about what you just said, you would need 2 trees.
No, he would only need the one tree in the bag. He would throw the portable hole. The portable hole would trigger the trap, absorb the disintegrate spell, and then he would just cross.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't make sense why he deliberated.
Well, it
Also,
would take a while to think of that.
wait, which side did he deliberate on?
Outside.
The outside.
Okay, outside the protection. Okay.
He idled there long enough for there to be a scent difference.
Some magic needed to dispel. All right. Damn it. All right. What other questions do we have for these people?
Something's not adding up. Somebody got through all
Yeah.
it happened in 15 minutes. Like, how long does disarm or detect trap and then disarm trap take per trap?
A couple, like 6 seconds.
Well, detect magic, you can keep concentrating on it for 10 minutes.
I'm just saying, getting through that whole maze, like stopping to detect trap each time and then disarming it.
Who among, I'll ask the bureaucrats, who among you has knowledge of that god level protection spell? Like, you obviously all have knowledge, but is there anybody else who would know?
We barely have knowledge of what that spell was.
So you're it,
Pretty much.
besides the Duke of Thunder himself.
Yes.
Do you...
None of you know of anybody else who knows of that. Basically, this is just me looking for a direct answer of no.
I mean, you could detect it, but it would light up like a star. But in terms of who knew what it was, only us and the Duke. And like I said, we barely have information on what it was.
Must have.
The logbook you checked, have any of them gone missing, or has anyone looked at them, or have they been out of your custody at all?
No, those are kept under lock and key.
Where under lock and key?
In the palace.
Where particularly in the palace?
Well, in this office.
Can we check and see if this office lock has any pick marks on it?
Roll me investigation.
Would anyone like to help me?
I mean, I will, but I feel like that would have been a lot to do to come to this office first.
Well,
Check where all the traps are, then go
He had
through
like a
all the
half.
traps.
He had like a half hour.
No, but
I thought he only had 15 minutes.
somebody, a devil ahead of time, or somebody already in here could have done it ahead of time. I'm not saying that he did it.
Okay.
Like somebody else broke into the office for the mirror.
Gotcha.
I don't think it was all like done at one time. I'm just saying like to get through all of those traps and then the God one, like I feel you have to do more prep than just like, oh, I got in here, now let me just play it by ear.
Yeah,
That's
makes
how
sense.
you are getting disintegrated.
There does not seem to be any pick marks on here.
If it's an inside job, it could have been someone who has like access to this, even though there's not that many people.
Yeah, I think we're looking at the 3 people who have access.
Is there any staff or servant entrances that you know of for cleaning this office?
Yeah, cleaning. We use the spell prestidigitation.
So you do your own cleaning.
I mean, it's a quick and easy spell.
You see the problem here is you folks are the only ones with a list of that whole corridor we saw getting dismantled with traps, and somebody managed to get through all of them in under 15 minutes.
Well,
That implies that they either knew about it or somebody was directly guiding them.
roll me an intelligence. Who was the highest intelligence?
Probably Maximilian.
Well, he is a charisma-based caster, so not necessarily.
I think I have 16.
I got 1.
16
Right.
also.
I got a 12.
I have 0.
16. Plus 3.
All right, I think Maximilian or Damien roll. Actually, both of you roll, and then we'll take the highest.
Go ahead. I don't want to be the one to be
Okay.
blamed if I roll low.
All right.
Judgment there.
There are magics that repair things.
Like locks.
Uh,
Why is there stupid magic in this game?
yeah, I know. We should just get rid of all magic.
It's no magic. If you scratch a lock, it's scratched.
What,
If it was
what
a
school
magic
of
based thing,
magic
can
would
I-
that be?
What kind of magic would that be?
Yeah.
Can we detect magic
Transmutation.
on the lock to see if it's been tampered with at all?
Well,
You can detect magic.
All right. Cleric of the Cloud Youth, go detect magic.
You don't detect magic, but that could also be that it,
if it's a small
It-
spell like that, it's probably worn off within.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's also a limited time, like I said, where you can detect magic.
Are those logbooks?
And also because we'll go and speed this along. It's available as a spell for bards, clerics, druids, sorcerers, wizards, and artificers. As a cantrip,
Detect or mending.
mending.
Yeah.
Are the books stored within a separate locked area, like after this office, or do you leave them out? Like, are they in your locked desk at all, or
They're in a safe.
do each? So, is there one copy kept in that safe?
All the secure books are kept in a safe.
Real quick, Brian.
Yeah,
What are
it's
the
the same
walls
safe.
made of? In
What are the walls
palace?
made out of?
Yeah.
Stone.
Me
Would
look
it
at
be
the safe.
possible just for someone to like stone shape a wall and just walk through the wall instead of having to go through like the corridor?
I feel like the fact that the teleportation doesn't work would kind of make that. Maybe.
No, I
That's
mean,
not
it is an option.
teleportation, though.
Yeah, it's not.
I think it
though.
would take too long. Because stone shape is a slow process.
Well, yeah, but if he like stopped right at the edge of that doorway. Oh no, but he dispelled it though. Never mind.
Yeah, you for sure dispelled it.
Can we look at the safe and see if that has signs of tampering?
Yeah, you can see.
Somebody else want to roll this investigation check? I'll help you. I will show joint failure with it.
Alright.
Maximilian?
Station is great. Give it a shot, but
Take it. With advantage.
Yep. Okay.
Alright.
All right. There's seems to be nothing wrong with the lock, but you think you see the very faintest amount of a chip off of it. Possibly this has been picked in the past.
If it was picked a long time ago, I don't know if that'd really help us much.
Well, yeah, but he means like semi-recently. For nobody to have noticed.
Have you noticed this chip in your lock on the safe?
A chip in the lock?
I'm going to point it out, I guess.
No, we hadn't.
Can I
This
insight
is-
check? Cause
They're in a zone of truth.
no, I know, but if if one of them picked the lock, then obviously they wouldn't have noticed that they chipped it, or else they would have tried to fix it and cover it up.
No, none of them had realized this.
Okay.
Okay. So the thief came in here first.
Probably sometime way beforehand.
Yes.
When's the last time all of the traps were changed? Or does that not happen very often?
I mean, that doesn't really happen that often because it's not very. It's there's only been a handful of times where someone has even broken into the palace. Remember that the entire area is not accessible to normal people.
Does the Duke have, besides the god of, nah, that's a dumb question. Alright. So let's see here. Chung Wei at some point has gotten into the palace, stole the blueprint for the traps.
We don't know if it was him.
Yeah.
We know we can assume he stole the mirror.
Yes.
we
Okay.
Probably assume somebody else, maybe the same person that broke into the devil's office, also did this. Because, like, I feel this one you'd already have to be inside. Like,
Are lockpicks thieves tools super common in this city? You might be able to use locate object to see if we can suss out who has them.
No, because why would you lockpick something in a realm of a god of justice?
Well,
So we can send Nyla to the farthest corner of this place and cast locate object, so
Banish Nyla to the shadow realm.
well, basically just because, like, I know she has some, so if we send her to, like, a corner or something like that, then it, like, because doesn't it detect just whatever the closest of that object is?
I think it detects multiple objects of it.
Because I thought that if there's multiple within the 1,000 feet, it just shows you, or it tells you the location, or like the direction or location or whatever of the closest one.
I also have thieves' tools on me.
Same with
Nearest
Texas Red.
object. Good kind. Yeah, it is. It's near a singular one. All right. Well, let's get Shoebag in here then. Send Texas Red and Nyla out. We'll send them like, I don't know, 900 feet away. Just to see
Just
if-
tell them to stand in the lower left-hand corner of the map. Just you're in the timeout corner.
Well,
for
no,
now.
we want to be sure that like it's not here for sure. Yeah, I guess standing there would work. 'Cause- oh yeah, it's 1,000.
Yeah, because this entire map, if we're in the center of it, is within
All
the
right.
locate object area.
All right, so you're
Well,
banished.
actually, it wouldn't. This spell might not be super helpful because it can be obscured. So if it's in like, well, actually, it's only bled. Never mind. This could. This will
Well,
be helpful.
I would assume that is like the normal stuff, but why would the thief Why would the thief hide their thieves' tools, other than just like hide them away in like a cupboard or something like that?
Yep. The only thing that'll block it is lead.
All right, so you have Texas Red and Nyla, and everybody else who has Thieves' Tools where on this map?
Bottom left corner.
Right here.
Yep.
Sorry,
Yep.
right here. All right. So you're coming out, explaining the situation to Nyla. Torun flies by for some reason.
Sus.
And Texas Red and Nyla leave, and you cast and Shoebag casts Detect Item.
Locate object.
Sorry, Locate Object. Sorry,
Same
I
thing.
don't have. MacGuffin search. All right, casting Find MacGuffin.
Yep.
You detect to the to the northeast.
And it's a
Specifically where?
concentration, correct?
Yes.
So do we just want to follow that and find it?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Was it up here, did you say?
To the northeast. Northeast. So from here to the northeast. Let's see. Then 1,000 feet of you. All right. So as you leave the courtyard with the garden, you start walking up this road up here, and you see that it is more towards the right, to the east.
Like in the Palace of the Lady of Wind?
Yeah, it does seem to be somewhere within the Palace of the Lady of the Wind.
I swear, if it's in his
It's
parents'
in-
house.
Yeah.
All right, it seems to be coming from one of these trees over here.
Oh.
Maximilian, you want to join us?
Before we get too fucking close to this tree, do we want to do a sneaky sneak and surprise him if he's up there, or just straight up bum rush it?
Look, I don't got much. If we try to sneak, I'm gonna be zero help. Otherwise, I can. If we try go up front, I can try to persuade him. That's all I can.
You will also, some will have to climb this tree. Those of you wearing heavy armor are going to have a lot of difficulty doing so.
Damien can fly, so.
Am I with the group right now, or am I not?
No, you're
you are
vanished.
currently all the way over here in this corner. So Texas Red and Nyla, you are useless in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, Damien can fly up there. I'd probably be the best.
Fortunately, Nyla is pretty much relegated to the Shadow Realm for the rest of the session, I think.
The graveyard.
She had a good run. Damien, why don't you fly up there and see what you can see? If we have a runner, I do have a spell that could help us.
So do I.
All right, so Damien, are you stealthing or are you not stealthing?
I will stealth.
Maximilian, be sure you're within 10 feet of me for a +4 on initiative, if anything happens.
Got it. Maximilian is within 10 feet. Area of effect spell is very good.
And it sure would be a shame if we got
right behind him, though. You know, really want like an angle there. Make sure it's something that passes through.
All right, Damien's attempting a sneak.
Mm-hmm.
So Damien, you start. What are you doing? Are you climbing this tree? Are you flying up this tree?
She's actually chopping it down.
Oh god. No.
Fuck you and your shrubberies.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna deface the property of a god.
Oh. You really should.
But Damien, think about all the fun things I could do to you. I mean, what could happen to you?
No, I will climb the tree.
All right, you climb the tree. Because you have wings, I'm not going to make you roll to see if you can climb this. Yeah, so because you have 2 sets of wings, so double the stability.
Yeah.
And what, your passive athletics is like above a 10.
Yes.
So
Athletics
all right.
passive would be a 17.
All right, even then, all right, you pretty much just climb this tree with ease. It is easier than climbing the trees when you were a youth.
Yay!
And if you climb this tree, you see that there is a portion in which the branches have become heavily overgrown, as if to conceal a location. And if this had not been pointed out to you through the power of locate object, you might not have noticed this. You start. You reach within 10 feet. Are you doing anything interesting, or are you going to sneak up to their right within this location?
I will try to get as close as possible, but as soon as it's like I feel like I'm making too much noise, I'm just gonna try to rush in and grab anybody who's hiding in there.
All right, roll me initiative.
Yay! Wow. Oop. Hold on. Wow. Oh god.
You can keep the 14.
Hey.
I rolled a nat 20 on initiative.
Wait, are we rolling initiative?
No, it's Damien's whether to see if Damien can act before they do.
I just. There goes a 20. Wasted.
Wasted that 20. Worth.
Time to get 2s for the rest of the night.
All right. Damien, as you start crawling up this this tree and moving in, you hear all right, you got me. All right, I give up.
You okay?
And as you crawl into the space, you see that you see Chung Wei, and he seems to be bleeding from the stomach area.
Is it fake blood? It's just,
If you want to, if you want to figure out it's fake,
It's from the crow that I shot.
Can I have a very quiet conversation with him, real quick?
you absolutely can have a very quiet conversation with him real quick.
Thank you. Dude, what the fuck? I left a potion of healing for you. What the hell happened?
I don't have enough. I can't cast trees, and I'm unable to run, so I can't run anymore. You left a health potion.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not as terrible of a person as I thought, but too late. Can't run anymore. You've caught me.
Okay, hold on a minute while I check.
Also, if you want to, for shits and giggles, see if it's fake blood, roll a medicine check. Otherwise,
Yeah. I'll just do that 2GM just in case, and it's a normal.
It seems to be real blood.
Okay. I'll at least give him.
Also, you can tell that it's relatively fresh.
I will Empyrean Touch for 7 hit points just for now. Look, man, I tried telling you earlier that I would talk to your parents, alright? I promised them that I would help you as much as possible. I don't have much time. Did someone coerce you to do this? Like, who are you working with? That is the only way I can help you out.
I was attacked by one of the devils, the horned ones.
Real quick, Brian, the horned ones are the ones in charge, right?
Yeah, so Sareth, it's basically most of them that you've been dealing with as named characters are horned devils.
Okay. Were you working with them, or, like, what happened?
Working with them? No, I wasn't working with them. I've been set up.
By who?
I don't know. They all look the same.
True. God, this is gonna be really dumb. Were you the one to take the mirror?
No, why would you think?
Insight check, obviously. Fuck. um,
You're not sure.
yeah, I believe him. um, fucking, of course, Volk used his last zone of truth. Alright, look. I'm trying to help you, alright? Like, I promise I am. Those two down there, they just want there to be justice, alright? If you didn't do this, please, we're trying to help. Like, I promise you that. So can you please just come with us?
All right. It's not like I can run anymore anyway. Very well.
God, I feel so bad for this guy, Brian. Alright, come here, and if he lets me, I'll just, like, pick him up and, like, jump out of the tree and fly down.
All right.
And I'll do another Empyrean touch for 5 more,
Okay.
just to keep his guts in, basically. Just like, oh, don't bleed on me too much. Alright, back to the group.
There's a little bit of blood, but you're reddish colored, and
Yeah.
the blood's reddish colored. So, all right, you can go back to general.
Yep.
Damien floats down from the tree, holding a being you can only assume is the one you've been seeking, and Chung Wei, and he seems to be bleeding from the stomach area, though he doesn't seem to be bleeding right now, as Damien seems to have recently healed him in such a way to stabilize him.
Is this him? I'll ask Damien.
You will receive a telepathic message via the mask. Yes, but he's been set up. It was one of the Horned Devils.
We have questions. And we will get our answers.
Looking around Brian, like, how interested is everybody in the fact that I just brought this guy out of the tree?
What do you mean?
Like, the devils that are following us? Are any of them, like, has anybody, like, left or, like, basically to, like, possibly make a report to one of the devils or anything like that? Like, our entire entourage is still there, like, nobody's, like, snuck off and left?
It doesn't seem to be anybody snuck off and left.
Okay.
Is there a imp following us?
When do I get to come back?
Oh yeah, we can send an imp to go get Texas Red and Nyla, I suppose.
Oh yeah, I'll communicate with Torun to grab my potion and come back.
Let's interrogate this guy at his house. I mean, we know for sure that's been upturned, and it's a place close by.
Yes, and I assume the Spy Master's assistant is with us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
your entire entourage of like 20,000 people is.
I'm
there?
going to, like, as we walk to Cheng Wei's house, I'm gonna kind of, like, lean over to her and say, hey, he's been set up by one of the Horned Devils. That's all I got out of him so far.
All right, I'll be sure to send that out.
Thank you.
Right. Let's all go to Chung Wei's house, and I'll wait until Texas
All
Red
right,
shows
hey,
up.
hey, look, Texas Red and Nyla somehow get a psychic message that they should come to Chung Wei's house. They're not standing in a corner for the rest of existence.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
actually,
What?
Nyla can stay
I've
in the
been
corner.
unbanished from the Shadow Realm?
Oh, Nyla, you need to go stand outside real quick.
Aw.
Yeah, there are gods here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
there's
Princess
a.
Red got the message, but it got lost in translation at night.
Godly interference.
Every other word
Crazy.
showed up, so it's Nyla, come.
Oh,
Okay.
since you insist. Is that used with the command spell?
All right. Gross. We're moving on. We're in Chung Wei's house. I guess I'll pull Damien aside as we're walking there
Mhm.
and be like, "Do you want me to get the devils to stay outside?"
If you could, I think that would be very useful. However, I do want somebody to keep an eye on the devils and make sure that nobody leaves and gives out the information that we found him.
Volk will have kind of a half smile, be like, "Somebody needs to keep an eye on the devils. If only we had somebody who was being constantly surveyed by them." Oh, wait a minute. We can just ask Nyla to stay outside with the devils while we all do all the work.
Why would you like? Well, sure, fine.
I mean, I have Torun too. Like,
Well, I mean, Nyla is being surrounded by devils at all times. So if we...
There will
this
still be
way-
devils in here regardless. It's not like they're just watching me; they're watching the entire group too.
mhm.
Yeah, but I can pull something off if it's just us. I don't think I'll be able to excuse you. I'll approach the spy master's assistant as we're walking and be like, "Now we're going to interrogate Chung Wei in his house, but I am a bit concerned about unsavory elements from the Infernal faction. Can we perhaps do it with under your supervision? And just yours?"
Very well.
Excellent. So let's
Although,
us...
you'll have to convince the devils. They're not going to listen to me.
Well, if we do like a quick short rest, I can just turn them for a minute.
Torun, no.
All right. I'll when we get there, I'll talk to the devils.
All right.
Texas Red, do you want to back me up on this? Awesome. I will say, now, as you are no doubt aware, we have the keystone witness in this case. However, I don't want any of you to be intimidating him because it might throw our entire case in the water. So we're going to need to talk to him under the spy master's supervision. Trust the spy master can be trusted and will keep an eye on us. You shall be right outside the doors while we do his interrogation. Is this understood? Then I will roll an intimidation check.
All right, intimidation. And since Texas Red is there glaring, you can have +2.
Nice. All right, then we'll just do that. 12.
14.
Damn it.
All right. Oh, is that included?
Yes.
Oof.
12. Oh no, it looks like that's high enough. They're automatically forced out for some strange reason by the power of
DM.
speeding
power
this
of
thing
low DC.
along.
Nice. All right.
Oh no, it looks like only that they forgot to roll a d20. Oh no, how terrible.
It's a D20
Alright,
minus
let's-
8, so.
Let's interrogate this guy. All right, Chung
All right.
Wei, if that is your real name, tell us everything.
Where do you want me to start?
Start with the night of the theft.
Let's
Where
see,
did you go after you left your
the
parents'
night of the
house?
theft. Okay, I was just about to start there, but okay. So after I left my parents' house,
Mhm.
I went home, and while I was in my house, a group of devils showed up. It was particularly a horned devil and some imps. The horned devil stabbed me with a knife, and then I kind of blacked out, honestly. When I came to, my entire apartment, or not my apartment, sorry, my entire house was thrown to shambles, and things were scrawled in my walls, and I knew as soon as I heard about the mirror, they would suspect me based off the things that were scrawled on those walls, and claiming I was like Aethar, and so I ran and hid.
So let me get this straight. Your whole story is that you were just relaxing in your home. You were stabbed by a horn devil, and then you woke up and went into hiding.
Well, I mean, if you look at, of course they were someone who they affiliate with Aethar. I'm not an Aethar, but that's what they wrote.
You were stabbed with a dagger,
Indeed.
much like this one. Standard issue for the Devils is I pull out my regular dagger.
I mean, I didn't get a good look at the knife.
What color was this devil?
What color was this devil? It was one of the horned ones.
Can we zone of truth him? Does Shoebag have anything like that?
I can do it one last time. I really don't.
I feel this is the end of the line.
All right, I'll zone of truth him. It hurts me inside to do it.
Casting your last zone of truth.
Not my last.
Wait. We'll save this. Damien, do you want to roll an insight? And then we
Or
can.
actually, Maximilian should roll the insight.
Yeah.
Not that I have any idea or inkling about who has a higher insight.
Maximilian, it's been a while since you've done this. Why don't you do this?
Yeah, crazy.
Are you assisting? Do I have advantage?
Sure. I
somebody.
don't know. Brian.
Sure, we have two people.
Nice. Jeez, that was a 1. It's worth.
Yeah, that's clearly a lie. To your draconic ears and the power of two people listening in for lies.
So,
Oh,
side note, party. Why would a devil use a dagger? Like a horned devil? You have your body as a weapon. That'd be like, why would I use my dagger when I could just claw somebody to death?
All right.
Why
Actually,
you
I do
use a
think it is
gun
worth
when you
using.
can claw somebody to death.
Well, because my gun lets me not get close to people. Text
fair.
afraid of
Also, I'm actually gonna use Zone of Truth. Now, don't resist the Zone of Truth. We need all of the answers.
I will eat you.
I thought you used all your zone of truths up with those last people.
I just used all my second level. I still have third level spell slots. I just really didn't want to use them. So yeah, I'll cast Zone of Truth on him. Third level spell. I don't know if that changes anything.
No, it
don't
doesn't
think
change
it does.
anything. All right. What do they have to beat?
I believe DC 16.
Wisdom save?
Let me check. Charisma. Haha.
Charisma.
This guy sucks at charisma.
All right, it'll fail the charisma save.
Nice. All right.
List.
Now tell us about the devil who stabbed you.
Yes, the devil had big horns and great big wings. I mean, they all
Did you
look
know him?
exactly the
Yes or
same.
no?
They didn't identify themselves.
Just a
Did he
simple
look
yes
like
or no.
No,
Why did he pick you?
I don't know.
Can we
Did you
try
enter the palace at all that night?
Yes,
When?
sometime before. Let's see.
eating dinner with his parents at night? How is he
That's-
sitting at home to get stabbed?
Because his
He said
assume
he
he
ate
stole the
dinner
mirror.
with his parents went home. The devil showed up with a bunch of imps, stabbed him, and then he
Yep.
woke up later.
Okay. Did we find blood at his house?
No.
He had a gushing wound.
Yes.
So the devil cleaned it up? Falk, when you're done, I would like to take a crack at him. with a
Okay.
math.
Yeah, I do have a few more. Did you steal the mirror? Yes or no?
Yes.
How did you dispel the divine protection level trap?
I have my ways.
Answer the question.
With great difficulty.
Falk, come on. Come on.
I need. Listen, Chongwei. This has gone far beyond any sense of reasonability here.
Did you have
Not
somebody
only-
who was working with you?
Of course, he had somebody working with him.
Do I have somebody working with me?
Did
Or
you?
Did I? Yes.
You?
Did you steal the mirror of your own volition? Yes or no?
I mean, what do you mean by my own volition?
Were
Did
under-
you personally choose to steal the mirror? Yes or no?
Yes.
I will kind of glance at Damien, kind of shake my head sadly for a second, be like, all right. Who helped you on the inside?
Nobody.
Who helped you?
Friend.
What is their name? I'm getting sick of these games and I'm hungry.
I don't know.
We could just turn him over to the devils to interrogate. It'd make our lives easier.
Why did you do it?
What'd you say, Damien?
Why did you do it? And Damien just looks like hurt, like this hurt him to find this out, and he's just hoping that there's a good reason.
It's part of the initiation.
He's Aether. Are you Aether or trying to initiate into the Aether?
I'm already an Aethar.
What was your initiation for?
For a higher rank. Not that it matters now. Sentencing me to worse than death.
And imagine the Aethar caring about you. Don't you realize the Aethar have abandoned you? They've left you here with no hope, no reasonable way out. What you've done has not only jeopardized yourself, but also placed your family members in great peril. Do you realize that?
Did you tell this plot to your parents?
They don't know anything.
I don't think the Duke is going to see it that way. Now, this is your chance. If you come clean and tell us everything you know, we can bring it up when we present this case to the Duke of Thunder. And perhaps your parents may be spared. If you still care about them, I'm sure you do, then be honest with us.
Fine.
Give us what we're looking for.
Fine. What do you want?
The names of your conspirators.
I don't know their name.
How did you identify them?
Reputation.
Explain.
Describe how we identify them.
You know them.
Is any of their names Nyla?
Oh boy, that's a long pause.
Oh no.
Oh, was that asking me, or were you just saying that hypothetically?
It was
Because they're under a zone of truth, so they don't know anybody's name. They don't know this person's name.
Lamia.
Did you deal with any Lamia?
Not that I'm aware of.
It is kind of hard to miss. 26
Well, I
feet.
mean, she's not really a Lamia anymore. She's more of a. What's the thing called,
Abomination?
Brian?
Worm.
An abomination, yeah.
No, it's like the dragon devil thing.
Worm.
Yeah, with a Y.
Yeah. Or you.
How did you contact your conspirators?
They don't remember.
So you forced them?
In a way.
You
Did
gonna
you
need
use charm magic?
Is that enough? Is my family going to be safe?
We need names. We need somebody who is holding the bag here. And right now, that person is you.
especially when we mentioned that they lied for you. Ooh, it won't look good. They did do that for you, your sweet mother. They tried to say that you were there. But I'm sure the Duke will think it's just parently due.
The Duke is not known for his mercy. We need a way to get your co-conspirators. We need a way to find the bagman here. The person who ordered all of this to happen. Make it seem like you were just a pawn. Who did it?
I did it. By
How-
myself.
How did the mirror
Who
end
put
up?
you up to it?
So saying you stabbed yourself in the stomach and left yourself in the tree. It doesn't make sense. You yourself disarmed a divine level spell. It doesn't make sense. Fill in the blanks here.
And you'll get like a quiet chuckle from Chung Wei until he starts coughing up blood. Says nothing. And does it?
Damon, you want to heal him?
I guess not.
No.
Damn. All right.
You know, how
Um,
mage him?
How were you stabbed in the stomach? Start there.
Sorry, I don't think anyone heard me. I said I'll give him one of my potions.
Why?
Because he needs to be alive and not die before we're done questioning him.
It's a 44 plus 4 potion, if that matters.
I will help force it down his throat if he's not compliant.
I'll be the
44
one
plus
to
4?
treat him.
Alright. Alright,
Wow.
that's an
Awful.
interesting curve. Anyway, how did I get stabbed? Interesting story. Does it matter to you now? You're already sentenced
Everything
me to
matters.
death.
No, you're not being sentenced to death. That's too easy, bud.
That's right. Worse than death.
Wait, do you want to die?
Nyla, stop. We have questions. We need answers.
If you're offering, I mean, it'll be preferable to what the Duke will do.
Duke will do.
How did you know- how
I
did
hate
you know
you.
I'm the head of security in his office?
1 second. Okay, Nyla, you just straight up activate your dagger of lightning and shank him in the back.
All right, Nyla's getting turned into the authorities.
And he just kind of coughs and laughs at the same time. At least one of you understands what I'm going to go through.
Did that kill him? Or is he still alive?
Might as well finish the job.
I'll grab Nyla so she doesn't do it again.
Is he still? Is
Wait,
the
is he alive?
Chung
I'm
Wei
kinda
still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive.
All right. Whoa, whoa, whoa there. Sorry. Our resident Aethar gets a bit carried away, and I will.
Nyla, I think you should go wait outside. Or we
Sure.
can.
Funnily enough, the amount of healing that you guys have done allowed him to live that stab.
Thanks for giving him that potion, Nyla. Otherwise, we really would have been up a creek.
I'm gonna give him another health potion, a 4d4.
Man.
Hey, you want this to be done the right way, right, Volk?
I mean, yeah, but like this is Ben speaking. Like, what a waste. 2 health potions.
Yeah.
God, just to solve the Scooby Doo mystery.
Well, we wouldn't have to use.
Chung Wei will not take it.
I'm going to shove it down his throat.
All right, roll me a strength save. You haven't really bound him in any way, so he's going to attempt to resist it.
Save or
The guy who's bleeding out is gonna attempt to resist.
Yes.
strength save or just strength?
Sorry. Athletics.
I will assist.
That's acrobatics.
Oh,
Unfortunately, doing flips won't go into force freedom.
It'll look cool.
A 16. Let's see if that can even be beat. All right, rolled a 19. Roll me a dexterity save, one of you,
like
without advantage.
because it's my potion.
Yeah. Okay, then Texas Red.
You
Roll
get a
me.
yeah.
All right, you
Oh.
managed to catch the potion before it lands on the ground.
Okay, now I'm going to pry his mouth open with my claws.
Can I attempt to shank him again?
Jesus
I'm
Christ,
already
no.
holding you, Nyla.
Guys, do it.
Nyla, you can attempt to throw a knife. Roll damage, Nyla. Roll damage.
Wait, can somebody like
All
try
right,
and catch the knife?
Nyla crits him.
Like, even with my, like, trying to run interference and stuff like that?
I'm gonna say because Nyla got a crit, that that Nyla somehow managed to throw a knife and hit him.
Can I bend the luck? And make it not a crit?
Sure. In that case, Nyla and Damien, let's attempt to assume this is a grapple. So Damien, roll me an athletics, and Nyla, roll me an acrobatics.
Sorry. I rolled a 19, so.
All right, with the bent luck.
Wait, never mind. I can't do anything.
All right, with the bent luck, Nyla instead misses.
Nyla, what's your AC?
15.
Bang. Bang. Do I win in a tie, Brian, or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, luckily you're only taking that plus 3 con saving throws for stun.
I had to roll 3 constitutions.
Well,
I'm also adding that, by the way.
well, which one? The 17, I guess.
Well, yeah, the 17.
I'm also going to send off internal alerts for the devils outside to seize the building. That Nyla is attempting to assassinate a key witness in the investigation.
Oh my god.
You are strong.
Hey, buddy.
All right, you know what? I feel like we need to roll
We should,
initiatives here.
Yay!
All right, everybody.
Hey, same thing.
I'm sorry, everybody but Nyla can add a +4.
The things I do for the Aethar.
You know they. All right, never mind. I won't spoil it.
Wait,
I feel like Nyla wouldn't have gotten a +4 anyway. So
Yeah, you are extremely right. All of my
Where's my-
bonuses apply to everybody but Nyla.
Does it really matter because I'm stunned, right?
Well, yeah, because stun only lasts 1 round, doesn't it?
I just used all 3 to make sure Nyla was stunned. Oh wait, can you
All right.
already stunned?
I'm sorry, what?
Nyla activate half damage if she's stunned?
Yeah.
Does Nyla count as a fiend?
No.
Please don't make me run away.
All right, I'm not.
I have been helping you. I have not.
And I really appreciate it. Also, I can only do that once
Volk.
per short rest.
Volk, it's your turn.
Um,
Actually, let me roll their initiative.
Off.
I'm going to try and restrain the bleeding out hostage. And kind of try to shield him with my body from any other knife throws.
All right.
Because I can't actually heal him, right? Because he's an Aethar.
Yeah.
And Helm would frown on that for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So roll me a athletics.
Okay. 10.
All right. 23.
Oof.
All right.
This is a
Unrestrained, but you are acting as cover.
This man is full on bleeding out, and he still can.
Damien.
I assume that I kind of realize that Nyla is stunned, and so I will get out of her face and go over and use my Empyrean Touch on the guy.
Yeah. Roll me athletics again.
Fuck.
All right. Once again, beats the athletics check.
Damn.
This
Nyla.
guy's fucking super muscled.
Stunned.
With
Yeah.
my turn, can I
You're
talk?
stunned.
I know, but can
Yeah.
I talk?
Yes.
As my bonus action, I am gonna shift.
I'm going to tell him to take the dagger and kill himself.
Jesus.
Well, the dagger I threw at him.
You think
All
Schneider
right.
was native to this plane of existence?
Further proving the fact that Nyla should be banished to the Shadow Realm.
Is there a double shadow realm? You know, just for extra protection?
Well, interestingly enough, their turn is next.
Oh god.
By the power that is spellcasting, self-inflicted. Let's see how this works. I'm going to assume that you can hit yourself without
Yes.
having to roll to see if you hit.
You know, are there 2 people running interference on him?
That is not enough damage. That is not enough damage. Probably would have had even better luck with the knife. Not even gonna lie.
Oh my god. That's fucking stupid.
Texas Red, it's your turn.
Did my press message go out? Like, have the guards entered yet? Especially
It takes a little bit for messages to be relayed, especially because you have a limit to how far you can telepathically
what
send
about the
messages.
ones standing right outside, though?
I could yell.
Yeah.
Gunshot.
Yeah, all right. Listen, you make a fair point. There are guards literally outside.
They stormed the building yet?
Okay, they got a 17. All right, they're coming right next.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that with 4 of these guys who have a strength modifier of above 20, or sorry, strength modifier of above a 5, they can probably restrain somebody.
I don't know. She's pretty wormy.
All right. Nyla, roll me acrobatics.
Why?
To
Because
escape a
Texas
grapple.
coming to visit.
Before Devils?
She is stunned, though, so I don't know how that plays in yet.
Oh, that's true. Nyla, you
I
are
don't think it
unable to
matters.
move until. All right, both are restrained.
Okay, well, I think in that case, I'm just gonna pick up Nyla's dagger that she whipped, and then I'm going to say, "Here's your dagger back," as I stab it into her. Hopefully, it wasn't a powerful dagger.
That's just a regular dagger.
Okay, good.
Classic.
Then I have. There we go. You now have a dagger in you. Wanted to return it to you.
I'll take half that.
Yeah, that's. I think that's my return now that both of them are restrained.
All right, Maximilian, do you want to do anything to finish up this nonsense?
I'm just gonna be ready in case he tries to kill himself with the spell again. With counterspell.
He is currently restrained.
Fully restrained. Alright.
You
I'm
cannot
just gonna
cast
be
spells while
ready.
restrained unless I'm mistaken. Man, it would have been so funny though if Nyla had hit with that crit.
I would not have laughed that hard, except for the fact that we now can just turn Nyla in and say, "Well, we tried our best to clear you, Nyla."
Oh,
Then you made it. You literally incriminated yourself.
don't
I
worry.
didn't do
I don't think Nyla's woes are over just yet. Some bells
Can you
can't.
cast magical restrained?
Well, like cool person.
I mean, I guess there's some ways you could, but like I think
Or magic
You
rope.
Restrained would prevent you from casting any somatic spells, but not verbal or somatic and material you cannot cast, but you can cast verbal spells.
that's it. Like I mean, I with wild magic or my meta magics, I could cast them with subtle spell.
Yes,
Stuff like
sorry.
that,
In this
'cause I can get rid of
instance, this particular caster doesn't have any kind of non-somatic spells.
Okay.
So he could try to vicious mockery himself if he had it. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid.
Salt yourself to death.
Just insulted. Yeah.
So now what? Like I'm assuming the devils are taking over. Can we go watch the trial?
Well, let's try and get some. I want to continue questioning this guy.
I
I
think we're gonna
want.
have to with the devils at this point.
Wait a
Wait a
second.
I want. I
Would
want
actually-
one thing for sure. Like
Would
one.
luck actually work on this situation? Because I didn't attack the person who had lucky. I attacked the person who.
Oh, I bent your luck.
You what?
It's a sorcerer thing.
Yeah, it's one of my abilities.
Oh, so you're not using a feat. You're using something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of my just abilities.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were using lucky.
Okay. I want to just ask him one question while he's under the zone of truth that'll hopefully solve something for me. So obviously, Damien, please heal the man. The devils can take away Nyla. She'll answer for her crimes, apparently. And Texas Red, if you want to help me tie up the hostage. Sorry, the prisoner.
I don't think we need to tie him up. I think the two,
I think we should just be sure. 100%.
I mean, we can tie him up, but I can do that while you're asking your questions. I think the devils will secure the prisoner now.
Okay.
Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming at this point they're gonna start taking over after the shenanigans that just occurred.
If you want, yeah.
Volk can ask his questions, but then we'll leave the rest of the interrogation up to the devils because a certain party member can't let us do due process.
All right.
I'm like,
If only a
rolling
certain
to
party
get that
member
done.
didn't want due process.
All right. Can I ask my questions?
Yes.
Okay. Did you, I just need a simple yes or no, plant the mirror in Sareth's office?
It's a interesting question.
Yes or no? Does he really believe it's an interesting question? Because if not, Zone of Truth forces him to say what he thinks.
Damn, alright.
That's not an interesting question. Wait, what?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes or no? Those are the only words I need.
and he will bite his tongue.
Like in an attempt to kill himself?
Both in an attempt to kill himself and an attempt to not be able to speak.
Just let the devils do their thing. Well, you tried. You
Yeah.
did 100%. Helm would
Thank
be
you.
proud. But at this point, some people are stubborn.
Yep. I'm sorry. I did everything I could, and I'm more talking to Damien at this point. I say, this man is guilty of all crimes associated with him. And although there are some mysteries, ultimately the blame rests upon him.
Yeah.
May the
May the
gods give him
All right,
just
now
punishment.
we've got the party in an interesting situation.
Oh,
As
before,
Nyla and Chungwei are being taken off to the side.
also going to inform the devils that they're suicidal, and also they should interrogate them to their fullest extent for any accomplices.
Take their shoelaces.
Nyla doesn't
Take
have
their-
feet.
I'm also willing to help in the interrogation. I have some experience guiding on a baby blue dragon. It was very successful.
You interrogated a baby dragon?
Or drag, I forget what it was. It went really well. I did it for
Wait, isn't Maximilian blue? Did you interrogate his half brother?
was he causing problem for fire giants?
You were
Maximilian?
talking about a pyroclastic dragon.
Oh, that kind of dragon. Either way, it went over really well.
You know,
Alright,
I'm just gonna step back. There's something we're missing, but I don't. It's just not worth it anymore.
You upheld the law as far as you can. You tried to help them reduce their sentence.
I did.
A hostile witness. You can't change it, Volk.
Bothers me that there's something we missed.
Well,
Wow.
maybe it will come out. You could watch them interrogate. I'm sure they'd allow that. You may not like what you see.
I mean, you're very hung up on this interrogation thing.
Yeah.
Although, you're forgetting
think
that it's
they're
the
just
Duke of
bringing him-
Thunder we're talking about here.
I think we're just bringing him to sentencing.
Do you not want to know who's conspiring?
I think he wants to more make an example of what happens when you mess with the Duke of Thunder.
Well, before we directly bring him to the Duke, then, can I, with the Devil's assistance, interrogate him? It'll take like 30 minutes.
Texas Rich.
I mean, you've just got 30 minutes.
Okay, that's enough time. I'll do it in 20.
Alright.
We do have time.
Luckily for you, it's torture, and the devils are down for that.
Okay, we're going to need a medic, a blacksmith.
Volk, you might want to step out.
Yeah, I'll be.
Alright, so the devils will turn
Alright.
around and go back into Chung Wei's house because there isn't really a torture chamber in the palace. Not for the kind of torturing that's going to be going down in here.
Also, go fetch his parents.
Oh
We're
boy.
going quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna banish myself to the Shadow Realm because
I was already going towards his parents with the bad news. No way in hell am I letting anybody fetch his
Alright,
parents for any
Damien,
reason.
Damien, a horned devil flops down from the sky behind you and says, "Out of the way."
I'm gonna
Piss
be in
off.
group
I have
2
business
if
with
anybody
them.
needs me.
I didn't realize Ben who left. I'm here to gather the parents.
I have business with them beforehand.
Roll me a persuasion and persuade them.
I'm gonna take advantage on this. Eh.
Alright, let me... yes, you convince the devil to allow you to go in first, but you don't convince the devil to not bring the parents.
So basically, I just go into the parents Like, obviously, I knock on the door. As a respectful person would do, Matt, rather than just walking in. Or, I'm sorry, Nyla. No, but, knock on the door, wait for whoever to answer the door.
I'll be back into the room.
Then kind of just update them on everything that happened and like give my condolences. Like, I am so sorry. Like, he admitted to us he was a part of the Aethar and
Okay.
that he did this.
And as you're explaining this, the devil gets tired of you talking with them. He comes in through the door and says, "Come with me." And being NPCs with like 1 hit point and not enough strength to resist.
I was gonna say, I'll help escort them. Like, I'll be like that friendly, like the support that they're probably definitely gonna need.
All right, it's gonna be a few minutes before they can show up. So, Texas Red, I will let you head up this.
Cool. Did we get a medic at all?
It will take time to get a medic. Do you want to wait, or?
I'm gonna wait. We're gonna need to be careful with this.
All right. Actually, technically, you will also have a cleric who is upset with this, but can technically do healing spells.
Oh, that'll work.
Can they?
Can you come up to
Oh wait, they're
Can
an
they?
Aethar.
Yeah.
Never mind. You're in the realm of a god. Would they even have regular medics?
Well, like, can't somebody?
I think Damien's the only medic who is non-magical here.
I mean, it could be a magical medic. I don't care. I just
No,
need...
non-divine medic.
Oh, because they can't. Okay, well, that makes it worse for certain people, but not them. But okay, I can work around it. So I'm going to explain this to you, bud.
Wait. First, who is within this interrogation room? Anyone who wishes to not be a part of this, please join Ben.
Yep, nope, not being part of interrogation.
Welcome.
Damien, it seems you're getting roped into this.
Oh, come on!
I'm on. Maximilian is not quite cool with torture.
All right.
I mean, I'm not gonna be cool with torture either. Like, if I walk in with the parents and see that happening, I'm just gonna, whoa, fucking stop.
I'm hoping to not kill anyone today.
No torture in front of the parents, you dumbass.
Anyway.
All right. Damien comes in with the parents because you're waiting for a medic. And
cool.
Damien's the only qualified non-divine magic medic.
Damien, you want to patch him up the best you can?
No.
Let me put it this way.
Sorry, that was Melissa saying no.
Also, I assume Nyla's stuck in here too. Is Nyla getting tortured, or is Nyla just?
They can take Nyla. They should take Nyla away.
Okay, Nyla. Join group 2 and join the crying in a corner quietly group.
You stay, but you did throw a dagger.
As I'm healing him, I will talk to Texas Red telepathically. Do not fucking torture this guy in front of his parents. They do not need to see that.
Well, I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. We're going to start with the words approach first.
Well, it's not going to come to that, because I will walk them out if it comes to that.
Anyway, bud. So here's the issue. You're not answering the questions. We're on a time frame, so we're going to have to go quick. We got a couple options here. I got your parents here. They do know you're an Aether. They do know you did steal the mirror. Don't know how they feel yet. So
I'm only gonna give him 15 health, by the way. Just as a heads up.
Okay.
As a precaution here, rather, I don't want to resort to violence. I'm not a violent guy personally, but I do need this information. And if we run out of healing for you, I'm gonna have to start asking questions to the people that can be healed that aren't aethers. And the devils don't know anything and mean nothing to you, and Damien doesn't. So that only leaves 2 people in here. And I don't want to do that. So let's start. And Brian, what kind of role do you want for that general spiel of somebody's going to get tortured?
You don't need to roll.
Okay. So let's start with my first question. And if I don't like the answer, somebody in this room is going to get hurt. We'll play it by ear who it is. How did the mirror get into the head of security's office?
I snuck it in there. Leave my parents out of this.
I'm going to just backhand him, not like to do damage, but just to, assert.
Okay.
You
Assert
don't-
dominance.
Yeah. You don't tell me what to do. And the next time you speak out of turn, I'll be slapping somebody else. And I'll be using the other side of my hand as I show my claws.
The parents are crying in the corner, and I assume, Damien, you're trying to comfort them.
Yeah, Damien's probably crying a little bit too, like frustration crying that he just can't do anything to stop this just because.
Right?
So is that understood?
Fine.
Very good. How did you sneak it back into the palace?
Magic.
What kind of magic?
Pass without trace.
How did you know that he wouldn't be in his office at the time?
How did I know? He was busy dealing with something else.
Care to elaborate?
Did you miss the yelling from between those characters? Between that snake thing?
Just confirming, and it's a worm thing. You'll want to make sure you put that on the record for your trial. Anyway, how did you get in the palace the first time?
You mean, last night?
To steal the mirror, yes.
Wasn't difficult, considering there was nobody guarding.
Did you engineer that?
Yes, no. I did.
Did you have assistance?
No.
How did you break the clock tower? Or the clock?
Wasn't difficult.
That does not answer my question.
It required a few tools.
Where are these tools?
Disposed of them.
Where?
In the garden.
Where in the garden?
Underground. I buried them.
Under where? How would we recover them?
I did not pick a particular spot.
I'm going to look over to one of the Horned Devils. Please make note of that. Who is your Aether contact in the palace?
I don't have an Aethar contact.
How did they reach out to you to engineer this?
I engineered this.
How did you get past all the traps?
I knew where the traps were. At least most of them.
How?
I found a notebook.
Found?
Memorized it.
Where did you find it?
In the palace.
Palace.
In
You're
one of the
going to start
offices.
more specific, or I'm going to get clawy.
In the offices.
Where in the offices? Answer
I don't know.
carefully as I take a step towards the parents.
If he gets too close, I will step in between him and the parents.
I'm just taking one step right now.
Yeah, that's.
I know what you're doing. I get it.
Yeah, just.
In with, I don't know, seemed to be important, an important office. I just kind of stumbled upon it.
How many times
It's
have you
not
been
safe.
in the palace before?
Several.
How do you enter each time?
I use magic each time to conceal my presence.
Pass without trace or different magic?
Typically pass without trace, and my normal and how I'm normally difficult to detect.
Did any devils help you engineer this plot?
No,
Did any mercenaries help you engineer this plot?
no,
Did any bureaucrats help you engineer this plot?
no.
How did you convince people to help you?
I coerced them
How?
magically.
Is there an Aether supporter presence in this realm? Or whatever this, in the Duke's domain?
If you're talking about your worm friend, then yes. Otherwise,
Outside
no.
the womb.
No.
Do you have anything you want to say to your parents?
Nothing that will get them killed.
It wasn't meant to be. That was a courtesy. Are you willing to make a full confession to the Duke of Thunder?
It leaves everyone else out of this, then yes.
Everybody else being who?
My parents, my family, everyone you seem to think you can hold over my head.
Are you saying I can't? Because we can put that to the test right now. How did you get your knife wound?
Self-inflicted. We drew off the trail.
What time was the mirror stolen between?
I don't know exactly when I stole it. I know the time frame, but not exactly when.
What was the time frame?
It's a little bit after 9.
I think that
But before
matches up.
10.
Right, Brian? That's mainly what I'm getting at. Clue.
I'm sorry, what?
Just making sure it matches up between,
Yeah, it matches up.
Okay. Who's your Aether contact that was going to promote you?
No one you'd know.
Humor me.
I'm fairly certain the name would be nothing to you.
I'm fairly certain I still want to know it. Do we need a reminder of who's in charge? As I take another step towards the parents.
Higher ups in the Aethar.
Names.
No.
Telepathically, I'll send to Texas Shred. I think that's something that they either don't know or that is something that the Aethar keep private.
Yeah, and within the scope of the investigation, I don't think it warrants digging down. So don't worry, I'm just trying to get as much information as we can. At least you were here as an impartial witness. I mean, do you have any other questions? It seems he knows how the crime happened. Like, basically to a T.
Nope. That answers it.
Parents, do you have anything you'd like to say to your son?
They don't seem to be in any condition to talk.
Very well. Inform the Duke that we have his perpetrator, and we have several witnesses that will attest to his confession. We're done here. You can take him away. Sorry, boys, we didn't really get into the torture today. Some people are soft. Yeah, I guess I'm fine with the information we got then. Man, you guys missed it.
I don't think I did.
Literally nothing happened.
Crazy.
You can actually ask Damien. Like, actually, I didn't actually draw any blood from anyone.
Mental torture is still a form of
What's
torture.
heavy blood?
Blood.
So, what are the answers?
He planted it in there. He was using Pass Without Trace plus his naturally high stealth to sneak in. He charmed people. I didn't feel like that was going down a list because that's only going to get people that acted against their own will, in trouble for no reason. He wouldn't give up the high-ranking Aether members outside of the Worm we have in our party. That's the only member they know. They knew to sneak in because of the argument the head of the guard was having with the Worm in the courtyard. They did stab themselves with a knife to throw us off if we found them, which is still kind of weird, but I think the grand scheme, they gave us the time. They mentioned they buried tools in the garden they used to disable the clock. They had mentioned that there was no guards the night they broke in. They've been in the palace several times. They found that office on one of their visits sneaking through the palace. They memorized the notebook.
Wow, nice job. I'll be honest. That's really everything.
Yeah, I figured they would just confirm the details of the crime to make sure we have them. So if the Duke wants to go higher up for more Aether members, that's his prerogative. But for the case of this investigation, there's not really anyone below to go after. Oh, and I confirmed there was no devils, bureaucrats, or mercenaries conspiring with them. Of course, they could have lied because they didn't really insight check these, but it's not like they have a lot to lose, and we should formally recommend the parents not be charged with them.
I can handle that. You weren't able to press him on the who disarmed the divine spell.
No, I didn't ask that. Oops.
Do you still have the torture tools?
You mean his parents?
Oh, is that what that was?
Yep. Sure. Who disarmed that godly spell? And how?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that they were being taken away already.
Oh, well, I guess we stop it as the party comes in, so maybe it's while we're outside on the porch.
No. I have keep something secret.
Well,
I'm assuming it's an Aether ability.
Walk, if you want to press, we can at this point. I mean, I don't feel like giving his parents the hug of death. It just makes a big mess.
All right, we can leave that up to the Duke's prerogative. I'll explain our case and everything that's happened.
Cool.
All right. Let's go to the trial, shall we? This time, the unjust face justice. And law is held to its fullest extent.
I wonder what's going to happen to Noah. That's going to be the interesting one.
Well, I feel we have a
He
choice.
might get smited.
Well, we have already sent out messages that Nyla was trying to kill a key witness to several devils. And message for the Duke to be informed. So
Yes. Then the thing is, we have a choice in front of us. I suspect that if I press, I can perhaps get Nyla's sentence
Reduced.
shortened under our service.
It can get shortened with the smite.
However, she obviously committed a crime, and I'll leave it up to the party and those who knew Nyla the longest whether we should seek to have Nyla join back.
Well, my biggest issue is like the full-fledged working against the party.
Yes.
Like, especially in that case, it's not like it was like us 50-50 about what we were doing. It's like, oh, I'm a fanatical. Fanaticals get us in trouble. Even Texas Red knows when to cool it.
At the end of the day, she chose to stand with the Aethar as opposed to the party. And of course, I wouldn't ever want to choose between Helm and the party. But I know when to recuse myself. And if something would go against Helm, I know when to turn a blind eye. But I would like to hear what Gial and Damien have to say. And Maximilian, if you have any thoughts, please chip in.
I'm
All right.
going to have no opinion as Gial, but Maximilian and Damien can share his head. Go and tell us your opinion.
Wow, Gial, no respect for Nyla. Maximilian, Damien,
Really.
one.
I haven't known Nyla for that long, but it did kind of
Although,
try to kill a key witness.
although, I will grant you one piece of insight. Whether or not Nyla gets killed here, there is the question of what will Komairi think.
What Kamari thinks what happens is between her and the Duke of Thunder.
Yeah, ultimately, we didn't kill Nyla. It was the Duke of Thunder. Also, one more god. I mean, I figure we're just trading gods off at this point, because all of the gods that are angry at Nyla would then no longer be angry at Nyla, and we would just trade it off for another angry god.
I think my biggest issue is the second attack. Like I have personally attacked people that we were interrogating once, and then usually once the parties were adamant about it not happening again, I do not whip or shoot a second bullet at them. Especially when it's the main quest person and we have our entire existence riding on the line.
Yes. All right, Damien.
All right, Matt, I'm gonna need you to think of a reason Nyla should remain alive. Otherwise, I think the party is pretty set on Nyla dying.
Well, I mean, I want to hear what Damien has to say. She is Nyla's closest friend. I use that term very loosely.
Yeah, no, yeah, Damien's been quiet through this whole thing. This is hard because that action of going with the Aethar and trying to save the Aethar, it hurt because it went against us. But the only person who would have to face the consequences of that was Nyla. If she killed him, she would have had to face those consequences. I wouldn't have been hurt from it. Volk, you wouldn't have been hurt from it. Texas Red wouldn't have been hurt from it. None of us would have been hurt from it. Her attacking him was her attacking her only alibi for not doing this crime. And I think that was probably one of the dumbest things that Nyla has done. Just because she wasn't thinking of the consequences. And like I'll just look directly at Nyla. Because she
Nyla's not even
never
here.
Oh, I thought she was.
No, she was taken away.
She's in
Okay.
prison.
Gotcha. Because she doesn't think of the consequences of her actions.
Which normally I could let slide because I'm kind of the same way. The problem is Nyla likes to play on a realm 2 tiers above where I deal in. I'll piss off people, they'll gun me down. She does, and it's a god. Gods don't even have to use guns. They could just smite us. And I mean, it would have been damaging to the party reputation because it would have shown us as incompetent. We don't know how it would have affected the trials of the 2 other devils, as well as being able to actually prove any of what we just said.
All right.
Well,
I
because at
believe the
that
party-
point, he already confessed to us. exactly what happened. Or not like every single detail, but he confessed to us that he was a part of the Aethar and he was the one who did it.
I suppose. My vote is just let the Duke of Thunder let it fall where it falls.
I mean, at this point, I mean, we really can't do too much. Even if Volk does go and talk with the Duke,
It's true.
it's kind of up to the Duke at this
You-
point.
Mm-hmm.
I will leave it in the Duke's hands then.
You did save the parents, though, Damien.
Yeah. Even if you were extraordinarily incorrect. But, alas.
That'll be a character development moment. Just writing that down.
Did somebody get told they were innocent in a tree and they were framed and they believed them?
What? No. That would never happen.
All right.
But
In that case, oh, sorry. Do you want to say something? Otherwise, I can fast forward to the trial.
this is back to the Nyla thing. I want to say that this, if we help Nyla with this, I want this. I hate to say it, but I want this to be her last chance. If she does something this dumb ever again, and just doesn't think about the consequences of her actions, and that does affect the party, she's out. Like, she can deal with, like, she is a part of our contract, but that doesn't mean that we have to work with her. That doesn't mean that she has to travel with us. She will serve out the rest of her contract however she wants. She will not be a part of this group.
With that, her obsession with the Aether is very dangerous to our well-being at this point.
I'd agree with it. Alright, there isn't anything in your contract that states, like, if one of you dies, you all die,
No.
right? Okay.
I mean, I think if she gets killed here, she's just gonna.
She's gonna reappear in Bator or Avernus. But if a devil, or not a devil, if a god kills her, that's it.
Oh,
She's not. At least from my experience with divine beings, is there's no, like, her soul will go to whatever devil or whatever, but she's not coming back.
okay.
Alright, let's go to this trial. I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right.
Warm up my speaking voice.
To the trial. Poof.
Whoa.
You are blindfolded and led through passageways.
Jeez, we did all this work. Like, I'd be insulted.
Yeah, but you're also complete strangers who are wandering through the palace. So, I mean,
Wait, did we bring
there was
Shoebag
something
with us?
about a lack of security that made this whole thing possible.
Shoebag with us?
Shubak can be with you.
Excellent.
All right.
May the shoe bag be with you always.
And with your shoe bag.
Yin Bei, we have Zheng Shay, we have Shoebag, we have the Hellhound, we have the Devils.
The Hellhound is not brought with you.
Aw,
No!
Agnes! I don't even
Wait,
remember
do we
the
still have
Hellhound's name
Quo?
anymore.
Sorry, what?
Do we still have Quell?
No, I let Crow go.
Rest in peace, Quell.
Wow.
You still have what?
Crow.
You didn't answer, so I'm going to assume there was
Frog
important.
Krill?
You are unblindfolded in a large room. In it, you see that there are some benches with no chairs. You're stuck standing.
What kind of shitty benches are these?
No, sorry, not benches. I apologize. I mean
So
tables.
wait, before
Oh.
we do this, because I still have a chunk of my tail in my mouth.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
The important parts of this investigation.
Mhm.
You
Yeah, how are
see-
you gonna get uncursed? Because godly magic doesn't work on you, and remove curse, I'm pretty sure, is typically
Well, I can take it out, but I just take a shit ton of damage, and I'm not sure how long I can speak without it in my mouth. So I'm not.
You just
I'm
have to
assuming at
talk
some
like you're
point you're
talking
just
through
gonna eat
something.
it.
Like how you could talk with like a lollipop in your mouth. You're just talking like your mouth is full the entire time. All right. So in the front, or sorry, in the center of the room, there is Sareth in chains, Ekazor in chains, Nyla in chains, and now being led up is Chungwei in chains. On chains. To the side, you see that there are some officials, half elves and humans, like most other living portions and of this place. And there are some devils guarding the doorways. And you hear and from the front of the room, in a large chair in a ridiculous wig, is a human with a large hammer. And they bang it on the table and they say, "All right, we begin this trial with the Duke watching over. We will determine who the guilty party is. According to our latest investigative results, we find that Cheng Wei appears to have admitted to planting the mirror and retrieving it from the palace. In other words, Cheng Wei, do you have any words to defend yourself? Else, we sentence you to thieving of divine artifacts, which is
Damien
punishable.
wants to raise his hand a little bit. So, like,
Yes, you in the back over there. What do you wish to say about this? Are you a witness?
I am a witness, and I would also like to request, if at all possible, for him to serve a lighter sentence than, or possibly if you're willing to let him serve a lighter sentence, because I believe that he was swayed. His mind might have been corrupted by the influences of the Aethar, and the same goes for the Lamia next to him. I believe that
I will hold you there and say that it is not up to me who determines the punishment, but the Duke.
I see.
The Duke has determined erasure. If no one has any evidence otherwise, then I sentence you, Cheng Wei, as a thief. And for that, your punishment has been determined by the Duke. If there is no contradictory evidence, then may your punishment commence.
I'm gonna raise my hand.
You are in chains.
I will try to get someone's attention to say something.
Yes, you. What do you wish to say?
I wish to take out this scum myself. I tried to do it before, but unfortunately, my party couldn't. I tried to take care of him so that the Duke wouldn't have to waste his precious time with this fool. I simply tried to streamline this.
Roll me a deception check, and this deception check is the most important deception check you've ever made.
Lying in a court of law.
Would I be able to use some of my stored blips and just automatically pass this check?
No. That is why there is stored and banked.
Damien's just face palming so hard right now. Like, why the fuck did she just say that?
But I do want to kill him. That is not a deception.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
this
but
is
the
the reason you did it is the
Yeah.
lie.
I would like to raise my hand.
All right. The judge.
What kind of kangaroo court is this? Objection.
And the Duke.
Ooh. Nyla.
You can smite me now. That's fine.
All right. Chung Wei's body is lifted up into the air as his skin burns off, as the sound of a lightning strike fills the room. You see a tiny glowing thing where his body was, and you see that crumbling into dust as his soul is eradicated.
I mean, all things considered, not the worst punishment.
He doesn't go down to hell, man, because his soul got disintegrated.
Yeah, but there's nothing left of him either.
You, one who used to be a Lamia,
Yes, Your Honor.
not only are you in our presence you have attempted to aid the accused, but you also have lied in a court in front of both the judge and the Duke.
With all
What
due
say
respect,
you?
I did not aid Chun Wei. I do not recall ever meeting this individual.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh God, fuck my tits.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody will be doing that because you'll soon be a stain on the ground.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyway, those of you who wish to roll an insight check will realize that Nyla's not lying that she hadn't met Chung Wei up until this point. But regardless, her pleas have not convinced the court. You have attempted to kill a significant witness. You have lied in the court, and yet you claiming that you should be let free.
I will do my Duke's bidding for him. Whatever he shall want, I shall do. If it is to
You
kill
wish
all
to
the
forfeit
Aethar,
your Aethar ways?
I will get rid of my Aethar ways. In fact, I shall hunt them down, for I have a task I need to complete. This is not a lie, Your Majesty. All I simply want to do...
You wish to forfeit your heinous ways and follow the Duke?
I will absolutely do that without hesitation.
Can I insight that?
Same. Like, what the fuck is Nyla
I'll
talking about?
just roll that one with advantage. Oh wow!
Nyla, roll me a persuasion with advantage because shits and giggles here. Let's see this new development.
Oh my god. Can I just get something good?
Yeah, that's not terrible.
You got a 17, which beat both Max and Texas.
Well, it seems you've persuaded the judge.
But the Duke's another story. The Duke has to roll a 12 in order to tie.
Brand me right here.
Would...
Give me your symbol. I will take it with honor.
Oh my god, this is the best.
All right, Nyla.
Yes.
A lightning bolt courses down and burns you,
Shucks.
but you are not dead.
Not shucks?
You have been burned by lightning, and you'll have a permanent scarring on yourself for that. But you have been allowed to live for now. You are no longer an Aethar. You have basically broken every Aethar rule possible with that statement.
Yep.
You can never be an Aethar.
Yep.
Man, this is gonna change some whole party dynamics.
Yeah.
Is it?
Nyla, if you wish, you may convert any number of your rogue levels to either cleric or paladin
Oh, yes.
by the start of next session.
Cleric or paladin? Oh.
You may. You do not have to, but you have the option of.
Am I still allowed to be a thief and warlock?
Yes, you don't have to have any levels of cleric or any levels of paladin.
You know,
What can I-
being a thief probably isn't great when your new god is the god of law.
Oh yeah, that is very
yeah.
true. Hey, this paladin thing, it ain't bad. Oh, I mean, you really strike me as an Oath of Redemption paladin.
I'll think of what I need to do.
You know, actually, honestly, I kind of want you to take Oath of Redemption if you do take Paladin, but you can take whatever you want. I offer you that as a choice that you will have to make soon-ish. Let's say by the end of next session.
Okay, because
Or actually, let's say by the start of the start of not next session, but the start of the session after that, in case you want to try something out next session.
At all, by the way?
No.
This does not change your alignment in any way right now.
Okay.
However, you are on thin ice. Very thin ice.
She's been on thin ice her entire life.
Thinner ice.
Oh no.
Because not only if you cause trouble will this second chance might not be kept, but also you might just get killed by your party.
Yeah.
What? That doesn't sound like something. Oh wait, Texas. Red is
However,
here.
Nyla, you get to live for now. That was not a development I was expecting, so congratulations for that.
So real quick, Damien had his hands
however-
over his eyes the whole time. Does he hear Nyla scream after this thunderclap, or like, does he think that she's dead?
Yeah.
You now have you are now pretty much forced because you have a more divine overlord.
More what?
That you are no longer aligned with Kamari.
I'm no longer. Oh no.
Oh, that's the rest of your missions.
Because the Duke of Thunder would not allow you as a follower of them to basically be a follower of one of the
Tiamat.
basically one of
Generals of
the
Tiamat.
assistants of Tamari, or sorry, of Tiamat.
Does that mean I get rid of my warlock then? No matter what?
Yeah, that means you get rid of your warlock no matter what.
So hey,
what-
you get a
is that
level
just-
in
is that
cleric.
just like a lost level then, or what happens with it?
You must replace it with either rogue, cleric, or paladin.
Okay.
But now you can be healed by the party.
That means that you do get the consequences of abandoning Kamari.
I don't have to deal with being Nyla's only healer anymore.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
You can actually heal either.
I feel like the party's finally made some progress.
Yeah, I feel like stabbing that dude and betraying the party was the best decision you ever could have made, Nyla.
Don't say that.
I just like the fact that Michael stood out or left, and this was just like literally 2 minutes afterwards.
Tell Michael, and we'll just see like next session when Nyla does like a total 360
Dude,
or
if-
180.
If Nyla
Just see if
came
we-
in as like either a paladin, like all paladin or all cleric next session, and we're just like, hey Nyla, I need healing. Hey Nyla, I need healing. Yeah, let's go, Nyla.
All right, as such, Nyla, you do not technically have to follow your rule or
Sorry.
follow what Kamairi said and finish what you started or came here to do.
I will not.
gonna say
No
there's-
matter what happens, Komairi will be pissed with me.
There's not much of a reason for us to be here now, is there? Or I guess the
I mean, we're
corpse
still laying
hunter
low from
things.
the whole devil thing.
Laying low is a relative term considering everything that's happened.
True.
Literally in the center of attention at the God's Palace.
Yep.
So wait, I have a question. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Is there a high cleric that can alter my memories?
But also,
Nyla, I have
Because-
this thing called a shit ton of alcohol that I cannot use anymore.
wait,
if you want
Brian.
this.
The reason I'm
Yeah.
asking is because my goal, one and only goal of this campaign was to kill Hydrophin. No matter what happens, Hydrophinus, I have to kill him regardless. I want to keep those memories, of course. Is this possible? Because I feel like it would be much better for Nyla to do this.
Is it still possible for you to kill Hydrophinus?
Not that. No. I'm saying, like, it would be much easier for me to move forward being with the Duke of Thunder mentally, if that makes sense.
If she got a memory wipe.
If she got a memory wipe, other than I have to kill Hydrophinus because he killed my race. Basically, keep my whole background. I want to keep.
So
Me
get
being
rid
on
of the
trial
stuff
and
with the
being
Aethar, basically.
Get rid of the Aethar stuff. You know that stuff.
Oh, basically do a soft Nyla reboot.
More or less.
Because I think
All right,
if
so apparently, it's only available for bards, wizards, and trickery domain clerics. But
Good thing
by
we
the
have
power
the
of being a
almighty powerful
god
super
and the
ace.
DM, I can allow you to do that.
You cannot or you will.
No, I can.
You know,
I'm gonna say
Brian.
that a god can cast any spell.
What? Crazy.
Two gods.
You know, there is a warlock with a celestial patron.
yeah, but that's celestial. Like that's
Yeah,
more
I
like
guess.
if you were like
I just figured it was under the theme of Nyla owing her soul to somebody. Because that's essentially what she's doing.
true.
Yes and no. The only the thing is that, yeah, technically Nyla would be able to get warlock considering the way she's doing it.
Celestial
right.
warlock.
I'll allow you to choose celestial domain. For warlock if you so choose.
Okay. I think I'm just going to stick with a rogue.
All right, so
On a different note, like Melissa was saying, I'm very excited to be able to get healed now by a paladin. So excited.
Wait, who's this paladin?
Just because we can heal you doesn't mean we are going to heal you.
Oh, fair enough. I respect
I got my glasses on. I can't see who the fuck.
we need to figure out exactly what bonuses that you got from being a warlock and an Aethar and get rid of them.
Yeah. I'll do all this
But,
during the week.
Yeah, so I don't expect you to finish your character next session, but by the start of 2 sessions from now, I want you to have your final version of your character.
Okay.
So next session, I'll allow you to basically test out your build or whatnot.
Okay.
Unless you're just going to swap out the level of Warlock for a level of Rogue, in which case...
I think
you
that's
don't
more or
need to
less
do
what
that.
I'm going to do, honestly. Because I think it would be hard to believe, hey, all of a sudden, Nyla's a level 10 cleric. She's one of the best ones out there. I think
Alright,
it's-
so basically Nyla the Divine Assassin.
Yes.
That's a combination of words I wasn't expecting to ever say or to attribute to Nyla, but now you know.
The more you know.
Alright. Your reward for this mission. Nyla gets to live.
Alright, well, is that an award for us?
Can we change this? Maybe turn Nyla in for the other thing she's wanted for. Get the 1,000 gold.
Well, you'd have to turn in Damien and Texas Red too.
Well,
don't
we
have
just
to.
turned him like... Yeah, we turned Nyla in.
If me and Volk just go up, we can
Does
just
that
leave
mean I
Damien
also
and
lost my...
Texas Red behind.
Because I'm not sure if like that's my corruption too. Like, do I still have my
What?
greens? Do I still have all
Yes, you
that?
have all of that. Your body is still corrupted. Your soul is still corrupted.
Okay.
Although I will offer that as a reward for some of your things that you do, that you now have to do for the Duke of Thunder. Is you can get corrupted. And speaking of doing missions, Volk, I need to do missions for you because you technically owe Helm a favor.
I suppose I do.
Yay! I still have control over people for bullshit reasons. Yay!
Brian, I hate to tell you, but you are the DM. You have control over people all the time.
Yeah, but there's the railroad, and then there's the railroad. I prefer the one with tracks that are invisible. Anyway, you are in the courtroom. Nyla was just struck by lightning and has been branded a follower of the Duke and purified of your obligations to other parties and forever banished from the Aethar.
Those other parties come back.
And now I'm going to kill the Aethar. What are 360
Well, that's a
for
huge
Nyla?
choice thing.
I was
That's
gonna
a
say-
huge choice thing. Strangely enough, the Duke has more important things to do than deal with the Aethar, who are a bunch of nobodies usually, except when they happen to be in this situation and successfully steal a mirror.
Wow.
It's like ISIS. Nobody takes them seriously until they're a very real problem.
All right. So, like I said, you were standing in this courtroom.
I'm unconscious, I would assume.
You are conscious because it dealt no damage.
I can knock you
no
out if that's what you want.
permanent damage.
It hit you with something really hard.
Damien just peeks through his fingers because he had his hand over his eyes the whole time and is just like, wait, she's still there. What the fuck happened, guys?
Well, I think we shall take our leave.
No. We gotta finish this trial, man. Like, we gotta
The
see.
trial's already over, I think.
No, the other two
Is
are still
that
standing
our
there.
reward?
This is the DM waiting for you guys to want to do something.
Can we hear the verdict? Oh, DM left. Look at me. I'm the DM now.
All right.
I would like to hear
You're not fighting to
Ceres
die on
and
me.
Ekazor's sentencing.
Well, it shouldn't be anything.
Well, I know, but like I can't think. of, like,
Speeding up. Their inability to, or their incompetence has gotten them fired.
Oh, that's rough. But at least they're not dead.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, they got that going for them. I mean, of course, it does mean they're getting sent to the front lines, which is essentially death.
By the way, Volk, my friend, I need you to
That's a
do me a
hard word.
favor.
I'm uncomfortable.
I'm going to hand him a green dragon scale, and I ask that he destroy it, and
Oh,
also a sending stone.
Take the green dragon scale, walk over to the trash, and put it in the trash. No, I'll carry the dragon scale with me.
All right, you carry the dragon
I
scale
assume I have
with
to
you.
like throw it in a mountain or something.
Why don't you just,
Throw it in a volcano.
or just like
I've taken epic
use
dragon
magic
too.
and destroy it with magic?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Can magic go through dragon scales? Maximilian, let's talk. Let's workshop this. After we is that our only reward for solving this case as Nyla gets to live.
Well, and we don't have to deal with the blue dragon stuff.
I mean,
That's the only
yes.
reward you're going to be given. I mean, maybe if you ask for something, but the moment you're not really going to be given anything.
Is Nyla still cursed to chew on her tail?
I said that she got first shits and giggles that no, she's no longer cursed to chew on her tail.
You still cut her tail off.
Yeah, that's...
The tip of her tail has still been cut off.
Yeah, it'll regrow.
It definitely will not regrow.
Maybe.
That's not how snakes
I don't know.
work.
We don't have a lot of snakes where I'm from. I'm from like a cold region.
Well, you never know. It might regrow because I think worms can regenerate some parts.
Yeah, but now it's a
impressive.
snake, not a worm.
Well,
Biologically, I know. Physically, they look the same. Behavior-wise, they act the same.
We should talk. Yeah, let's talk to the Spy Master's associate. I will thank her. I will say thank you very much for assisting us on this investigation. I knew it wasn't quite as simple as cut and dry. Devil stole it, and I'm glad we could get to the bottom of this and see the law upheld.
Real quick, we can't get into like nobody's gonna set a bounty on us for, or Nyla for like breaking all of those contacts that she had. Like that's not gonna be a thing, right?
What do you mean?
So like the HR.
This is me
Will the
talking
HR
to
come after
to the Spy Master's assistant. Like just like you guys won't like if somebody says they want to put a bounty out on Nyla, like from like
Our bounties are based off of crimes, not based off of alignment or of associations.
oh good, okay, thank you.
I mean, there's probably gonna be bounties on Nyla, just not from
Well, yeah, but like
these guys.
I just wanted to make sure that this wasn't going to cause any.
Oh, by the way, Nyla, good luck getting your motorcycle back.
Oh well.
It was worth it.
Not my
Yeah,
rider.
I'm glad this was a very rewarding experience for all of us. We all learned a very good lesson. We got the god's artifact back, solved the mystery that no other... I'm sure that eventually the palace security would have come up with the right person
Maybe.
eventually. Through no need of rogue adventurers. But if there is anyone deserving of a reward, it was Shoebag for his great help and honor of working with us. Can I perhaps trust that Shoebag the Great is rewarded properly?
Yes,
Fine.
Shoebag the Great requires gold. Shoebag has done a good job.
Indeed he has. And I'll kind of be like, Spy Master's assistant? Huh?
Very well, Shoebag shall get rewarded.
And that's
We hear
my
Shoebag just celebrating in the
obligation
background.
fulfilled.
All right, with that, Shoebag leaves the party to get rewarded.
Awesome.
Agnes,
Rewarded
shoot.
behind the shed.
Oh no.
What? What? I'm sorry. What?
Like how you bring the dog behind the shed.
It's a Shoebag is rewarded behind the shed.
Yeah. Hey, Shoebag, mind coming to court for a moment? There might have been
Shoebag,
something
think
about
about the
something about a fire, a lot of boiler explosion.
No.
That wasn't Shoebag. Couldn't have been.
And he
All
did
right,
one
I
of them.
say let's get out of here. Unless anyone else wants to push for a reward, but Folk's not going to.
Well, I want to try to get Shoebag to join the party.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, let's leave.
All
So
right,
Nyla's
all
on
right.
a short leash.
Before
Is this
Shoebag has the
gonna-
option of even joining the party, I need a vote by actual people
No.
if Shoebag wants to, if you want Shoebag to join.
No.
I'm hearing a lot of no.
I don't
so
want to put
only,
this on Shoebag.
I want
yeah.
Shoebag to join.
I don't care.
All right, so I'm hearing
Too many people in our
no's,
party
and
to
I don't
begin with.
care, and a single yes. Is that correct?
So it's even.
Yes.
All right, so I'm hearing more no's and an I don't care than yes. So in
Would
that case,
Shoebag want to join the party, Brian?
I think that's the important part. I don't think Shoebag would.
Well,
The
we already
real
rewarded him with a
question
lot of stuff for
is,
joining the party.
is Shoebag enough of a joke to remain? And I don't think so.
Aw.
I mean, he
I think
could
we have to
definitely be a recurring character.
Perhaps you'll see Shoebag again.
However, party
Perhaps
member,
not.
nah. We're still trying to get rid of Mazron.
All right, and your other entourage will leave as you are escorted out of the palace if you don't want to ask for anything else, along with the crowd of mercs who are confused but willing to leave.
Awesome. Mission accomplished. I will thank everybody who helped us with the case, including Agnes. I will thank Gong Tu, or Sun Min, who really helped us with all the gardening. Shoebag helped us greatly. Chun Chang, Spy Master's associate, really helped us. And of course, Yin Bai, the Detect Magic Cleric of the Cloud Youth. Also, I will thank Jial. Thanks, Jial, for being
Ja will
here.
give you a thumbs up.
That's
All right.
good, Gio. Such a trustworthy guy.
Yeah.
All right, so we can either end the session now, as this is a good stopping point, or we can end the session when you guys land on the resounding thunder. I assume you want to take a long rest.
Yes.
Yeah,
Would be
for that.
appreciated.
All right, in that case, you meet up with your pilot, of which I can't find the name because, or sorry, not your pilot, your crow handler, who is
Flock Master.
master of flocks, who has been patiently waiting with the mercenaries and birds. Correct.
Wait, can I see Sareth before he leaves?
You don't find Sareth.
Oh, I figured he was going to be picking up things in his office. Oh well, I'm sure he definitely won't come up ever again.
Oh no, he will.
What?
Look,
Sareth.
for it.
That was the last time you'll ever see him.
Yeah, he's not an important character to anybody's backstory. Like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
when has anybody ever run into somebody again?
I know, come on.
All right. Anyway, what is your arrangement on these two birds?
I'm flying
Nice.
towards
Maximilian and I
Teal.
have one.
I'm sorry. What's the arrangement? So I heard that Damien's up to the side.
Max and I are on one.
Max and Indy, you are on one. All right. Does that just leaves?
Texas Red and GL on one, and then Nyla flying, or...
Yep, Nyla's flying.
All right.
Before we leave, am I able to get my memories wiped for the way I want them, or is that something we're not going to allow?
That's a tentative sure because I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to accomplish here with that.
Do you just want, like, the Aethar memories wiped?
I want the Aethar memories wiped. I want this whole shenanigans other than the Duke of Thunder saving me wiped. I want my memory of, the Hydrophanus to survive. I want my memories of Komiri wiped.
So basically, you want your memories of working with any other faction wiped.
Yes.
Are you keeping the memories of the times that you destroyed things in the name of the Aethar?
I want to get rid of those. I want.
Are you
not-
telling the party that you're doing this?
I think so.
By the way, I just want to point out that what you're asking is equivalent to an 8th level spell.
Yeah.
Real quick, before this happens,
I mean, it is the god.
Nyla, no. That's
Nyla, yes.
no, because if she gets rid of all of her memories of all of this stuff happening, and we get attacked because of all
that's
the
a good
stupid
point.
stuff
Everybody
that
still remembers it.
she does. Everybody else remembers it, and everybody else is gonna hate her.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She's not gonna know
Nyla, I'm gonna
why.
say
Change
no.
much.
I'm gonna say no. You don't get your memories wiped.
What kind of learning experience is that?
Yeah.
Nyla's gotta learn things.
Oh,
Okay.
I prefer the mind blank Nyla.
Made your bed over
The
the bed.
only serve.
Because I don't want to have to explain to her when random people keep attacking her, like, yo, this is your fault because of this random thing. Why did I do that thing? Because you're an idiot. I don't want to have that conversation multiple times.
Can I just get one thing implanted into my mind? Just one thing.
Volk is the coolest.
Maybe not all gods are bad.
I feel like
I feel like
That
that would
should be
be something
self-evident.
that, like, yeah, like,
I mean, considering you literally just pledged yourself to a god, I feel like you kind of have to.
Yeah, but I want to actually like feel that rather than just fake lie to myself.
Then you should develop your character to feel like.
yeah, you should believe
Yeah,
it
like-
personally.
you
Then you'll have to learn to believe it.
you as Matt can make Nyla believe that. She is your character.
Volk, it's time to learn more about your god and why you praise him so much.
Hey, good luck, Volk. Let's go.
I find calling it here. I mean, unless anyone else wants to start something this session.
All right, you fly down to the ground. It's a bit of a journey.
Let's get a
And
tavern
as you-
somewhere.
As you land on the rooftop where there are some other birds stationed, you hear a loud thud as something lands nearby. It's a horned devil.
Oh no.
Oh fuck.
Which one?
Now that you're no longer
Damon's getting ready to
in
run.
the realm of a god, Volk, stand
Yes.
away from your group. I only have business with you. The rest of you are free to go.
If you insist.
And with that, we'll end the session.
Ooh, cliffhanger.
Thanks. Big things to do.